Sunday fun day in full effect. Are you all ready for Retro Ravi? I know Comatron is. Oh yeah, folks, it's gonna be a fun one today. It's a holiday weekend in the United States, so I'm just chilling. I'm in Amiga Bill chill mode, I'll be sure. What is up, my main man, I'll be sure. Checking in from Club Amiga Bill VIP Lounge. Amiga Cammy, what's going on? Checking in from the future. Ja Wolf, Michael Jensen, Texas Foosballer, checking in from Club Amiga Bill VIP Lounge. Smash 1980. Yo, Trapshot Live with the resub. Trapshot, not only in Amiga Bill VIP, also a subscriber here. Thank you, Trapshot Live. Trapshot Live, we got Torque Live. What's up, Torque Live? Sky is here. Inanimate Carbon. SW3PO. The Amiga Bill honorary VIP. Loving my Amiga 500. Hardly Wergen 71, Smash 1980, Edvin Helen, Happy Sunday, Fun Day, Matt P, yo, what is up, Voodoo Frog, Proton Fig, what's up, Proton Fig, Mr. Wolverine, DK, sending out the positive energy. Sending out the positive energy, Mr. Wolverine, DK, no need for silence, baby, give out those hugs. Silver Rat 70, how's it going? Trap Shot Live, again, thank you so much for that resub, appreciate you. Texas Foosballer. Oh man, Texas Foosballer is not only an Amiga Bill VIP, also a subscriber here. Texas Foosballer, you're too kind, man. Thank you, Texas Foosballer. Hope you and your family are super, super well. 3D Code Warrior on a 40-month subscription streak. Level 40 3D Code Warrior. That is absolutely amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much for your support, dude. That's incredible. Stuart Johnson at 610, my man Stuart Johnson. C64 Television, hyping it up. Coming in from Club Amiga Bill VIP Lounge. I'm going to throw on my C64 Television hat. I was wearing the shirt this week, C64 Television. I love it. I love it. Goblin 70, what's going on? The Retro Hour in the chat, coming on the show. Knee-High Spy checking in from Club Amiga Bill VIP Lounge. What's up, Knee-High? Nag Graham is here. Sfinto777. Yo, yo, yo. This is going to be a nice one. I'll tell you what, folks. I got a new book. In the mail this week. I backed the Kickstarter. It's called Demo Scene, the AGA Years. It's the second edition. The first edition, it was Demo Scene, the OCS Years. And I find lots of nice demos, man. I found lots of nice demos in this book. I just opened it up recently. Lots of ones I don't know about. And this one is super rad. This one came in first place at the South Zealand 1996 Amiga Demo Competition. It is Chronic by Passion. Classic AGA. 8-bit Bill. Classic AGA. Let's go. Amiga. Oh yeah, Passion by Chronic. It's a classic. Folks, let me just fire up. Let me just fire up the music here, and I'll show you where I found that demo. I wasn't familiar with that one, but Screamuth, dude, that's crazy that you were actually at that demo party in Denmark. That's absolutely amazing. Let me open up the Hippo player. We're gonna do some jungle. Where are we here? The drum and bass, man. Let's do some drum and bass. Let's go, baby. Babies don't break. Babies don't break. Woo! Here we go, folks. It's Sunday, fun day. Albie Shore just broke the bank again. Albie Shore just offered 10 subscriptions to my community. Albie Shore, you are nuts, brother. Albie Shore, thank you so much. You're amazing, Albie. Seriously, dude. That's crazy. Thank you so much for your generosity, Albie. Happy 4th of July weekend. Thank you, Albie. Albie, I'm chilling. I'm having a good time. I'm chilling so much that, to be honest, Albie, I don't have a ton planned for today. It's been crazy, folks. I've been working like 16-hour days. Like, it's been absolutely nuts, like the past several weeks, and it's been awesome. So I'm not like totally up to speed for today's stream, but it don't matter. We're gonna freestyle, and it's gonna be awesome. Today is gonna be a guest stream. I've got Ravi, Abbott coming on, of Retro Hour fame, of Amiga Addict magazine fame, and I don't know, man. We're just gonna hang out. We're just gonna hang out. Let me catch up on the chat. Gozella, good evening to you, Gozella. 3D Code Warriors back. Amiga Mark, what is going on? Raveman, Phase 101. Alan San 09 with the chinchillas. Screamo, I can't believe you were at that party. It's amazing. That's so cool, Screamo. Uji Flip, what's going on? Good to see you, Uji Flip. The track on that was wicked, right? Smash 1980. I see Inanimate Carbon is getting ready for some Retro Hour hangout time. We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll find out what that's all about. It's gonna be, I'm sure that's awesome. I gotta get to one of those hangouts too. Retro Fazda, what's going on? The Real Tony Rocks, all access, Amiga Bill, Patreon. What's up, the Real Tony Rocks? Real Tony Rocks, I actually have a picture of you queued up. You and your son queued up and ready to go. Knee-High Spy, I'm so glad you could make it today. I know it's a Sunday fun day. It's a holiday Sunday. So I'm not going to stream too long today, folks. We're just going to hang out with Ravi for a little while, and it'll be great. That's my plan for the day. Just chill out. Chill out. I see Screamo. Yeah, that was a chill party. Lots of talent was there. Coders, graphic artists, etc. The Real Tony Rocks. The demo reminds you of an old C64 game. It's a good one. Svinto777, what's up? You like that one, Trap Shot Live? Nice, dude. Mixel's Lab. Happy Sunday to you. Mr. Wolverine DK, love the good vibes, my man, as always. O-Rom, my main man, O-Rom. What's up, O-Rom? Fugal Casa, what is going on, Fugal Casa? Great to see you. I'll be sure, thank you very, very much again. I appreciate you. I'll be sure, you're amazing, dude, seriously. Inanimate Carbon, the name of the song in the background is called Babies Don't Break. Babies Don't Break by F8. One of my favorite Amiga tunes of all time. What's up, Amiga Gamer? I love those little emojis. Those are just awesome. Laser Mink, what's going on? Moog79. Oh, Moog79, you're Paul from Amiga Addict magazine. Amazing. What's up, Paul? Great to see you. The Real Tony Rocks loves Ravi. O-Rom's going Ravi. Quahos. Verge World demo is now available on Steam. Something I hope will fund the Amiga version. Quahos. Oh, Quahos, you gotta send me can you send me like a reminder? If I was ready for it, I would totally play it. Pixels at Dawn Gaming has subscribed for 40 months. Pixels at Dawn Gaming, that's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for your amazing generosity, Pixels at Dawn Gaming. Pixels at Dawn Gaming, one of the main people at Amiga Addict magazine. We got Paul, we got Ravi, we got Pixels here. Oh baby, it's an Amiga Addict party. I got my Amiga Addict mug right here. I might have been drinking coffee in it earlier in the day. I might be drinking whiskey in it now. I don't know. I need more. I'm out. Vamped Amiga. What's up, Vamped Amiga? Terrible Fire. What's going on, Terrible Fire? Great to see you. I am the cover girl of Amiga Addict magazine. You know it. Pixel at Dawn. You know it. The best use for an Amiga Addict mug. I might, dude. You know, with temperatures this hot. I go tequila. You know, I do. I love my browns all year round, but I tend to favor the browns in the winter and the tequila in the summer. That's just what I do. Thanks, Moog79. Thank you. Thanks, Paul. Stuart Johnson 610 says we're all Amiga addicts. Ain't that the truth? So check it out. You know, every week it seems like I get something new every week. This is a Kickstarter that I backed a while ago. It was called the first edition was Demo Scene, like the OCS ECS years, and now I've got Demo Scene the AGA years, and this book is amazing. That's how I found the demo that I started today's stream with. Let's take a closer look at it. Let's take a look at this. Demo Scene the AGA years. It's from Editions 64. They're the publishers. Editions 64K. They're the publishers of the book. And I mean, this book is so amazing. The edition number 1 was absolutely phenomenal. You know, when I had the show on, the Demo Scene show with Sir Garbage Truck and Frankie, we were talking about the original edition, and we couldn't wait for this new one to come out. And oh man, it's so good. So let me show you. Like for example, here's the demo that I started the stream with. Chronic by Passion. And I mean, it's got tons of great information. It's got tons of great information about the demo. Like lots and lots of details. It's got a QR code here, which I didn't even try. But it says, Passion was a Danish demo group, most likely founded in the summer of 1994. Their first release was the disc magazine Voices Number 3, released in cooperation with Noise in October 1994. See, they got all kinds of cool information. And it tells you that the name of the demo, Chronic by Passion, it was released on July 6th, 1996. How many years ago was that? How many years ago was that now? I guess 96. Let's see, 96. We got 2006, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 26 years ago, folks. If my math is correct, that demo was released 26 years ago. Crazy. And it also says, like, for example, it says, in July 1996, Chronic won the demo competition at the South Zealand Party held in Vordenborg, Denmark. Soon afterwards, a bunch of members left for Scoopix. Among them was the talented coder Boogeyman, the guy behind the Chronic. After that, only a couple of their pack streams, Amatory plays, were released before the group eventually died. So a lot of these folks went on to Scoopix, you know, one of the all-time great demo groups. And here's Prowler. Prowler was like the coder behind it. I believe that there's Prowler talking about the demo. Lots of screenshots from the demo, talking all about it. Like lots of great behind the scenes for all the demos. I mean, look at this. Is like there's 3 pages just about this one demo. It's pretty awesome. That's why I figured it was an important one. So I wanted to show it. It's really cool. Andy Amiga 7 was released 59 years ago. Andy Amiga 7, is it your birthday? Is it really your birthday today, Andy Amiga 7? I know, Texas Foosballer. It is really good one. Screamo, your brother-in-law won a place in the graphics competition at the same exact party. That's amazing. From RWO, Knee-High Spy. The book is awesome. It's really a beautiful book, really well done. Like not only is there like tons of great like information about all the demos, but it's laid out really well. It's a beautiful book. It's a really well-made book, and it's got tons of great information too. So it's from Editions 64K. Awesome stuff. Oh, Smash 1980, you thought that was more of a modern demo. It's impressive that's 26 years old. Amazing, right? It's amazing. There's so many demos in this book that I'm not familiar with. I also got like some kind of like postcard pack as well. This is super rad. Andy Amiga 7, you'll be in Madrid until August 2022. Andy Amiga 7, I got to I got your email. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Proton Fig, I literally saw the collection right before I started the stream. Proton Fig sent me this amazing collection. I haven't had time to try it, Proton Fig. I was getting ready for the stream, and I just didn't have time to try it. But I can't wait. That's super, super kind of you to send that over. These are bookmarks. Fruit Kitchen. Scoopix. Oh, that's awesome. That is rad. Stellar. These are these books. See, I can use these bookmarks instead of Soul Kitchen, instead of the crappy like the crappy P-Touch label I put in there. Complex. These are awesome bookmarks. I'm gonna put. You know what? Being that a few of those guys left for Scoopix, I'm gonna use this bookmark right here. Yo, Amiga Live says, greetings, Amiga Bill and viewers. Amiga Live is not only a subscriber here on Twitch, he's also an Amiga Bill VIP. Go check out AmigaLive.com, where you can play online multiplayer Amiga games, and you can also stream them to the Amiga Live Twitch channel. Freaking Amiga Live rules. You rule, Amiga Live. Thank you so much. Let's see. I'm gonna put this here. Let's see. Boom. Here we go. Passion. Chronic by Passion. Boom. Put the Scoopix. Look at that. That's nice, dude. That is nice. Demo Scene TV says only Amiga. Heck yeah. Where's my Action Replay Mark III, McAver? No Action Replay for me, but I've got in my ACA 500 Plus. I can activate I can activate it. Proton Fig, I can't wait. I'm gonna have the collection ready to go properly for the next stream, because what happens is when I get something like literally like right before the stream, like for like the 2 hours before the stream, I'm just like scrambling to get ready for the stream, to be honest with you. I'll be sure. Look at this. I'll be sure. Drop the link to Edition 64K. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Where's my desktop? We can check it out. Thank you, I'll be sure. Amiga Demo Scene books. Demo Scene the AGA years. Volume 2, 1994 to 1996. There it is. This is the book right here, folks. Thank you for dropping the link into the chat, I'll be sure. You rock, brother. Thank you, I'll be sure. Demo Scene TV, what's going on? Super Tech Boy throwing down that Amiga love.com. Woo! Vamped Amiga says, great logos, great book, Amiga culture. It's true, it really is. It really is Amiga culture. No, I don't have an Action Replay. Like I said, I've got with the ACA 500 Plus, I have an Action Replay built into it. The real Tony Rock says, only Amiga. Proton Fig Complex is your favorite group. Proton Fig, thank you. Proton Fig put together this awesome collection. As you know, Proton Fig comes here, and like every week he drops a new tune. Every week he drops a new tune, and he put together a compilation of a lot of his tunes that will run on a real Commodore 64 or Commodore 64 emulator. And I haven't had time. Maybe if I have a little time later, we'll check it out. We'll check it out, Proton Fig. I just haven't had a chance to try it before the stream. Proton Fig is Proton from the group Finished Gold. Andy Me 7, I won't be able to meet you next weekend. Unfortunately, folks, I can't stream next weekend. I'm gonna be in San Francisco, California, working. I fly out. I'm not gonna be home. But you know what I'll try and do? Maybe next Sunday. Maybe there's a way I could do like a quick IRL stream from San Francisco. Maybe. I can't promise because I'm actually gonna be working on Sunday. But I'll do my best to give it a try. I'll do my best to give it a try. I'll be sure you're amazing, dude. I freaking love you. Demo Scene TV. I wish I could have went to Boat Fest. It looks like so much fun, and Oran was there. Screamo, you had no idea those books existed. Do I have edition 1 here? I'm just looking on the shelf for my edition 1. I'm not sure if it's here or on my bookshelf downstairs. Never mind. I got it right here. Check this out, folks. I got both editions. So it's Demo Scene. I'm gonna pull a focus up here a little bit. So on the left, we've got Demo Scene, the Amiga years, which really focuses on like OCS and ECS stuff. That's volume 1. This is volume 1 here. And then volume 2, which I just got this week, is Demo Scene, the AGA years, volume 2. It's so freaking cool. And both books are the same size, same awesome design. and they all have tons of information about the demos. Freaking rad. You can see like state of the art there. One of the all-time greats. One thing that was a little confusing is I think the Batman demo I was trying to play last week is in this one, which was a little confusing because Batman is an OCS demo. So I'll have to research that a little bit. Either way, both these books are absolutely amazing. I'm super, super lucky to have these books. And they're great, man. I can't recommend them enough. Edition 64K. That was a lot of Amiga love. It sure was. It sure was. It sure was, Edmund Helens. You're dropping your mom's release. Andy, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but Andy, I'll be in touch with you. I know you emailed me. Yo, K1200 RS Lauren, thank you again for the icon. I absolutely love it. I love it so much. Terrible Fire had a COVID test for the last... Oh, you had COVID for the last week. You designed a Terrible Fire 2040 card to use up all those 040 CPUs sitting there. Oh, Terrible Fire, dude, I hope you're feeling all right. Terrible Fire, wishing you a very speedy recovery. I hope you're feeling okay. You need a jumping on the bed comparison? That's hilarious, Super Tech Boy. Oh, Proton Fig is also Proton... Oh, and you're Complex on the Amiga. Got it. Got a Proton Fig. I didn't know you were on Complex. That's awesome, dude. Meet you, Teddy Bear. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the stream. I'm Bill. I stream Amiga stuff here on Twitch almost every Sunday. I like to play new Amiga games. I like to play classic Amiga games. My favorite thing to do is what I'm going to do today is have people who are doing awesome stuff in the Amiga community on my streams, and we do a little interview. Today I've got Ravi Abbott from the Retro Hour podcast, as well as Amiga Addict magazine coming on in like 2 minutes. I'm just catching up on the chat. Miss Wolverine DK says Borg means castle in Danish. And also there's a ruin of a castle in Vordenborg. And my mother came from that area many years ago before she moved to Copenhagen. I also took pictures of the Goose Tower back in 2019 in Vordenborg. Also, I know that city because of my family. Oh, that's awesome, Mr. Wolverine DK. It's amazing how many folks, like, I just picked this random demo out of the book, and people are like, yo, I was at that demo party in Denmark 26 years ago. Absolutely amazing. That's so cool, Mr. Wolverine DK. You have a strong connection to that place. That's just awesome. You need an Amiga Bill Amiga Tunes list? Maybe, I might be able to do that in Inanimate Carbon. Poly Alex Bo, what's going on, Poly Alex Bo? I haven't seen the 2040, but 040s aren't, I don't see that many people at 040s. I know my 4000 came with an 040, but usually it's like 030 to jump to the 060. You know what I mean? You're sitting there trying not to space out. It's feel free to space out, Voodoo Frog. It's all about coming here and chilling out and spacing out. You know what I mean? Volume 1 sold out. Oh, got it. Oram says that I'm killing him. He's not supposed to buy any more stuff so he can catch up on bills, but now he wants the books too. Oh, sorry, Oram. I hear you. The Amiga Bill best hot tub book soon. That'd be hilarious. Oh, got it, Andy Amiga 7. You're dropping all your messages here today because you don't know if you have internet connectivity. Got it. Oh, Super Tech Boy, this isn't an adult beverage. I'm drinking Love Kombucha by the Brew Doctor. I'm drinking Amiga Love Kombucha by the Brew Doctor. Just getting a little hydration going, and then maybe we'll do a little tequila later. The Real Tony Rocks found a post from him back in 1993 about a sound tracker program. That's awesome. That is awesome, Tony. I see it right there. That's awesome. Moochu Teddy Bear again. Thank you so much for the follow. Locust Sunday Fun Day. 48K of RAM. Good afternoon to you. Terrible Fire's ready for Ravi. Gozel's asking me if I use any other Amiga hardware other than a 1200. So here's an Amiga 1200 right here that I'm using right now that you're listening to. This is an Amiga 2000 right there with a video toaster in it. I also have an Amiga 500, a CD32, and a 4000. That's my collection. And then, yeah, I do have emulators. I have a Raspberry Pi emulator. I've got Raspberry Pi. I've got a Mister. And I've got, you know, like Amiga Forever and FSCOE on my PC. That's a great question. Oh, 48K RAM. Yeah, the demo was, the demo, check it out. Today's demo was Chronic by Passion, and I got it just by like perusing my demo scene, the AGA years book. It was a good one. It was a good one. What's up, Explorer? Thank you so much. I am well, and I'm having a good weekend. I'm having a good weekend. I'm chilling out. I've been working like a dog, and I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm trying to catch up on some sleep, to be honest. Oh, got it. It's Voodoo Frog. I'm sorry. I thought you were spacing out just because you were like relaxing. I didn't realize you might have the Rona. I'm sorry, dude. I hope you're all right, brother. I hope you're feeling all right. What's up, Retro32 UK? What's up, Explorer? Yeah, dude. Mr. Wolverine DK giving the cyber hugs to the Voodoo Frog. Hopefully, big healing and positive vibes to Voodoo Frog and to Terrible Fire. Yo, Nivrig. What's up, Nivrig? Mr. Sister. Hilarious. Oh, nice. Screamo, you got Volume 2 purchased? Excellent, excellent. You'll enjoy it. You will enjoy it. It's cool seeing the demos in print. That's a good point, The Real Tony Rocks. It really is. Mr. Wolverine DK saluting the Nibrig. You got an old demo scene book, Freaks, from 2005. Ooh, I never saw that from Demo Scene TV. I bet you it's really cool. 48K RAM, you're watching an Amiga stream while repairing an Atari ST? That's hilarious. I hear you, Voodoo Frog. Just stay strong, man. Yo, take some, get some rest, drink a lot of water, take some vitamins. I'm wishing you all the best, man. Terrible Fire is supposed to be on vacation, but canceled it due to everyone in the house getting the virus. Oh man, I'm really sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Eat your greens, exactly, the Retro Hour. Exactly. Drink some hot tea. Speaking of the Retro Hour, folks, so today's stream is going to be very free form. I have no idea what's going to go on. This is the perfect stream for me to do today because, like I said before, I was doing this commercial the past 2 weeks, and we were doing I was doing 16-hour days with the travel. It was just bananas. So I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for today. Maybe I'll throw on a game a little bit later. I'll probably stream until about 4:20 p.m. We'll do like a solid 2.5 hours. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna hang out with my friend Ravi. Let me pot down the music. I'm gonna pot down the music. Oh, hold on. What's going on over here? There's Ravi. Okay. This website's using up significant memory. That's alright. We're good there. Close that out. Alright, folks. What's up? Long Gone 78. Long Gone 78 says, hello everyone. Bill, thanks for the presentation of my book. Long Gone, is this you? I got both your books here, dude. I love these books. They're amazing. Demo Scene the Amiga Years Volume 1 and Demo Scene the AGA Years Volume 2. Dude, your books are phenomenal, dude. Thank you so much for your books, edition 64K. Like I said, they're beautiful books to look at. They're really well made, and they have lots of great information, man. Growing up, I didn't know much about the demo scene. I'm much more interested in the demo scene now than I was back then. So these books are super valuable to me because they have so much good information. I'm really learning about the demo scene now and getting into all the different groups and who's in what group and then who moves from one group to another. I'm starting to learn a lot about the scene thanks to your books. I really appreciate them. Great job, dude. Great job. I'm looking forward to some more. Nazo1, what's up, Nazo1? Oh, and there's Long Gone said there'll be a volume 3 as well. That's so cool. The graphic design is a chef's kiss, says Voodoo Frog. The Real Tony Rocks was a member of Lithium way back when. Awesome, Real Tony Rocks. Anyway, folks, I'm not going to keep my guests waiting any longer. Today, it's going to be weird. Usually I have a guest on and they have something specific to do. Today, the guest is my friend. We're just going to hang out and chat, and you guys are welcome to hang out and chat with us. So today's guest is co-host of the #1 retro podcast in the world, The Retro Hour. He's also an editor for Amiga Addict magazine. A great Amiga YouTuber and a great friend. Let's see if I'm ready over it. Let's see if we can bring him up. Without further ado, I would like to welcome Ravi Abbott to the stream. What is up, Ravi? Great to see you, brother.
Hey, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome, Ravi. Thanks for coming on today. It's a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, those books look awesome. Like, just seeing the history of the demo stuff. Wow.
Yeah, Ravi, I tell you what, they're really good books. They're like I said, they're really well made. They have tons of great information too, because I wasn't a demo scener back in the day. We used to get Cracktros and some demos here in the States, but it really wasn't much of a thing. I definitely didn't know all the different groups. But until like recently, when I kind of got back into Amiga, like in like 2015, around there is when I started really getting into the demo scene, because it covers everything that I love. It's like amazing technological achievements, as well as like gorgeous images and amazing music. It's just, they're beautiful pieces of art, and I party a lot more now too than I did when I was a kid. Ironically,
yeah, like I'd always hear about these parties as well, but I never knew like who the winners were and why they were winners and stuff
right.
like that. So I need to look at that one. Yeah.
Yeah, Ravi, it's really good, and it's cool because it also they really give you like a sense of like the people involved in each demo group, as well as the demo groups themselves. So it's like they're talking about, oh, this person like started out in this group, then they went to Scoopix, or so you learn like the history. And when you get to know, like when you get to like put faces behind the names, like you get a much stronger connection to it.
Bill, who was your favorite demo group back then?
Who was my favorite?
Mine was the Red Sector, and I liked the music from Slayer as well. I thought Slayer was a really good musician. Who did you enjoy?
Back then, I would say it's really, really interesting. I don't know if I would call him. He's not really a demo scener. He's more of an animator. But like the closest thing that we had, like we used to play at all the walk meetings, was Eric Schwartz animations. You know what I mean? So like technically he's not a demo scener, but that's what we used to play a lot of. And back then, like I said, I wasn't as familiar with the different groups, but I did like specific demos. I loved El Gato. El Gato was like this prancing cat that ran on the Amiga 500, and it just kind of like spun around. It's one I've been wanting to.
Nice.
Yeah, I love El Gato. Was like a really fun one. All the Eric Schwartz stuff, even though I know he's technically not a demo scene, it just kind of they were non-games. They were artistic achievements that were non-games.
It was like little cartoon clips, wasn't it? And he'd like produce a load of them. I remember they were everywhere. Like I think it was Fred Fish discs that they might have been on as well.
Yeah, Fred Fish was a public domain collection, and there was a lot on Fred Fish discs. And then Eric Schwartz also did the opening to Super Frog in the style of all his animations.
Yeah.
But he used to do a lot of fun ones. He did like the anti-lemming demo, which was hilarious. He had like these AT-ATs like blowing up lemmings. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
I loved like the Iron Maiden demos. There were like a lot of like music discs with Iron Maiden tunes on it. I used to play those.
Yeah, the music discs and disc mags as well. There was a whole of a section of kind of disc mags were like before the internet. You get all your information from there and all the scene news and stuff like that.
It's amazing. There's still some disc mags going today, and I think you guys even had some of the folks from the Commodore 64 magazine disc scene on the Retro Hour, right?
Yeah. We had a shout out in one of them. I think you're right. There are still actually disc masks going.
There's still these crazy disc mags. I remember the one that I used to do on the Commodore 64. There was this animation that would come out every couple of months called Alfredo, and it was just like this little stick figure who would like walk through all these different mazes, and he would always like die in super glorious ways. and one of my first projects was to like recreate an Alfredo animation using Deluxe Paint. It was super fun.
Sounds like how Lemmings started.
Yeah, right. There were characters in the game Walker.
Cool deaths,
right, and weren't the Lemmings characters were actually in Walker, right, before Lemmings.
Yeah, I think it was like they just did a huge animation of loads of crazy deaths, like getting squished and like falling off things and getting splattered, and then they said actually this would be like a good game.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, I think my favorite part of the game Lemmings is when you nuke them.
Yeah, when they all pop and they all blow into thousands of pixels.
Yeah. So I guess that wasn't the best answer, because I don't really know my favorite demo group from then. Like I knew like state of the art, but it never played correctly because I had an NTSC Amiga. So so like I always watched it with the bottom third cut off.
Oh no.
And it would be playing too fast, but you know, say I didn't really understand like who Spaceballs were, you know, back then. I just knew State of the Art was like an amazing demo. State of the Art, and like I said, the El Gato was one that sticks in my head. There's another one, a Star Trek demo, that recently resurfaced. It was almost like they used like digitized images from the show, and made a demo out of it. And I think it just resurfaced like recently, like in the past year, as well as the guy who made it. I was super excited to see that. Demo Scene TV, you want to see demos? No, Paul, thank you for the resub. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
I liked some of the 040 ones, like they were really good, but they'd have really banging soundtracks, and it'd be stuff like, you know, they'd have a 3D object, but then they'd have a blur on it, and like that was the kind of really cool thing, was to have the blur in there, and it would all like get twisted. I love that stuff.
Oh yeah, no, there's so much cool stuff. There was one that just popped into my head that I can't. I'll remember it. I forgot. But yeah, like I said, I wasn't so much into like the demo groups back then. It was more. It was just more like individual demos, and like Eric Schwartz was a big one. Like, and even though he wasn't a demo scener. Tell Ravi to show us the picture on the wall behind him. Says ORAM. Let's see what he's got.
Okay.
Let's see.
This picture behind me is it came with Akira. So Akira, when it came out on the Amiga, it came with a T-shirt, which was like an Akira T-shirt. It was an awful game, but it came with this stuff, an Akira T-shirt, and then it came with a poster, and it's quite rare. So this one says, it's a 1994 calendar, and it says coming soon for the Amiga and CD32. So. Yeah, but I'm not going to take it off because I won't be able to put it back up again.
It's permanently on your wall. But the game itself wasn't very good, was it?
No, but like the way they packaged it and stuff, and like I think that was one of the big CD32 titles that they were trying to kind of sell it with. You know, Akira the computer game. That was the one. Yeah.
Neat. I'm trying to get my mouse cursor off your face. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, it's funny how games used to come packaged back then. You know, of course, one of my favorites was Shadow of the Beast, and it came in that rectangular box with the beautiful Roger Dean artwork on it.
Yeah, that
and
had a T-shirt.
And the T-shirt. I feel like I have so many things from back then, but I don't have the freaking Shadow of the Beast T-shirt. And I think if I had the T-shirt and the box, it would be worth like a ton of money these days.
Oh man, I've seen some of them sell for like massive prices, like, you know, £400 for the box version with a T-shirt and stuff. It's crazy.
It's crazy. I know. I wish. I know the thing that kills me is I had that shirt for a really, really long time. I think it just wore out. Is what happened.
Yeah, you wore it to death. That was
Totally. Well, welcome to the stream, Ravi. It's awesome to have you here. Like I said in the intro, Ravi is co-host of the Retro Hour podcast, also an editor of Amiga Addict magazine, and I got to know you like early on through your YouTube channel, Ravi, which I think you're doing a lot of cool stuff with again. But
I've started up on the YouTube channel because it was an abandoned wasteland for a long time. But I've started to actually put videos out now, so I've got some good stuff. Last one was actually a look at VCF where I met you.
I didn't even see that one yet. Oh, I gotta check it out. Well, speaking of VCF, you know, we have a couple things on our very loose agenda to do today. And one of those things is to talk about meeting you in person at VCF East. We're going to talk about Amiga Act magazine. We'll talk about Amiga Germany because I think we got some hot news about Amiga Germany. And, of course, Retro Hour podcast.
Yeah, for sure. And, Amiga Germany is going to be awesome. I think you're coming to that as well, aren't you, Bill?
I've got tickets for it, and I'm planning on coming. My future is always a little bit unknown in this business. It's a little bit crazy. But my plan, and barring something major, I'm planning on coming, yes.
Oh, nice.
So,
nice.
Once we're on the topic of Amiga Germany, you know, why don't we? Let's see. I'm gonna pull up the website here because it's a rad.
Yeah. Let's talk about Germany.
Yeah, let's talk about Germany real quick. Amiga Germany. I'm gonna put this link into the chat for y'all. I'm gonna show you. The website is like super cool. Boom. I'm gonna paste it down there. And here it is. Amiga 37 Germany, October 2022. So Ravi, I've never been to a Europe. Well, actually, it's not true. I've been to like AMI party, but I've never been to like one of those big specific, you know, Amiga meetups like they have in Germany or the UK or in Holland. Like what can I expect? Like what's gonna happen?
It's mental, Amiga Germany. So basically, you've got Germany. It's a really good location in Europe. So you've got everybody coming from all the different countries. You've got people coming from France, from the Netherlands. You've got people coming from Poland, Germany, England as well. And they all kind of gather in one place. And it's very like hardware focused. A lot of the shows that I've been to before have been about like gaming and that kind of stuff. Amiga Germany, hardware everywhere. And some of the coolest mods that you'll see as well. I think I saw a CD32 keyboard there, which is a hell of a rare device.
That is super rare. I've never seen one.
No, yeah. I think that's the only like one of two in existence or something. And it was there. But it was a huge hole last time, and they had like custom systems everywhere. And people had done stuff like replaced every resistor, put LED lights in there. They had like, perspex that you could see through. They had like perspex laser cutting and stuff going on in the place, etching on perspex. It was just mad. There was like every Amiga group or company you could think of there, and just queues outside and just loads of people. It felt like a proper energetic show. It didn't feel like, oh, this is for an old system. It was like, wow, this is amazing. But that was all before COVID, so it's changed location and stuff. I don't know what it's going to be like for the new one, but I hear they're really ramping it up, and yeah, it's going to be fun, this one.
I feel like they might come back like bigger and better than ever, after COVID. I feel like
Hopefully,
they're gonna go big. Yeah. Yes,
yeah, because the last one was huge. So, if they get numbers, it would be really great. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the real Tony Rocks is tagging along in my luggage. Tony Rocks, I believe you got some tickets, my main man. Oh nice. Oh Rob, it's your birthday weekend. Oh that's a good party. So I can go there. I go to the event, check out some crazy hardware. I even see Cryoflux is sponsoring it. Aeon sponsoring it, Clanto, a bunch of cool sponsors here. But I heard
tell you, last time it was amazing because they had all the Amiga companies, and the Amiga companies aren't known for getting on with each other and stuff, and they all got together in one room and had a big discussion and tried to sort stuff out and everything. So it's like, when the show's there, everybody gets together and has a drink. You can see the biggest rivals hand in hand partying at night. So it's really good.
It's awesome. I feel like we need more of that, because it's easy. I feel like sometimes the internet can bring people together, but it can also separate them, because you don't really get a feel for each other. But like in person, like everyone's pretty cool to each other,
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it was good vibes. And another big focus is music. So like last time they had a performance, and I think it was Dave Haney was on guitar. On stage they had Chris Hulsbeck as well. He's always there from the Turrican soundtrack, and he was doing a live performance. They had a TDK on like violin playing.
Amazing.
But this time they've hired a nightclub, so they've got a nightclub in the city. I'm going to be DJing in one room with DJ Hoffman.
Whoa!
As well,
whoa!
Which should be awesome. And in the other room, there's going to be Chris Hulsbeck, Fast Loaders. I'm not going to say the rest because they're being held back, I think, because they want to market them later. But that's already like, Fast Loaders, they've done some amazing music. And Chris Hulsbeck live as well. Wow. So
I can't even imagine. Yeah, I mean, Chris Hulsbeck's done. He's like an iconic. When you think of like one musician from like Amiga games, right? He's probably the first one that comes to mind. Turrican 2, like Gianna Sisters. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. Yo, Air Yuri, all problems are solved in the hot tub. You know it, Air Yuri. Greetings to the hot tub, my main man. Yeah. So the I think Fast Loaders they did the Amiga Rocks album, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I think it's like they do like heavy metal or rock versions of some of the stuff and play with like live guitars, and yeah, that should be pretty intense.
So it's going to be you and Hoffman in one room, Chris Hulsbeck in the other. This is all in the after show. I see.
Yeah, it's till 3 a.m. in the morning. So
amazing. So Amiga Germany is really just like one long day, right? Because you show up on Saturday morning and you party all night, and Sunday you're probably all banged up, right?
Yeah, you don't need to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. It's just one long thing. Yeah, I see it there. It's after the day at the end of the day's event, we hike to the the Wickrather Brauhaus, which is only a few hundred meters away. A great buffet and refreshing drinks. I'm sure there'll be plenty of refreshing drinks.
Yeah, so that's like after party meal for 2 hours where they go to this Bavarian place and have all the kind of German food, and then go and hit the nightclub after you've filled your belly.
Oh, got it. Oh, so the set patch party, Amiga 37 set patch party, is at the nightclub.
Yeah, that's
got
the
it.
one. Yeah,
got it. And there you are. There's you're gonna be there. Robbie's gonna be there. Patrick Navayan, right? He does some awesome game design as well. Chris Hulsbeck, fast loaders. It's gonna be great. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to come, Robbie. It's gonna be so much fun. Have you, so since COVID has opened up, have you gone to any other shows besides VCF?
I went to Swag, which was really awesome, where I did the like battle with DJ Hoffman, and met like people like Paulie Alex Bow and I think it was Anthony Jarvis, and he'd actually got a video toaster flyer working, which is pretty amazing because I've seen the video toaster working, but I've never seen the flyer system where you've got it running, video off hard drives. And man, that was pretty awesome to see. And it was a nice event. It was like Swag hadn't done a meeting for a long time, and they just did that, and that was really good. But other than that, I've just been working really, and yeah.
Tell me about it, man. Fortunately, it's been great. But since VCF East, I've been doing like 3 TV shows, and it's been pedal to the metal. So I've been slacking in my Amiga scene a little bit, but I've been working really hard to try and make up and for some lost time, and then make it so I can go to Germany for a week. That would be awesome. Swag was awesome. Yeah, no, Anthony Jarvis is amazing. He's got that YouTube channel that he does all with Amigas. So I guess he was using his the flyer that he uses for that show. The flyer now, like when I grew up, I grew up in video production. My dad's a video production teacher. And when I grew up editing video, we always had like two VCRs essentially. They were like professional VCR decks, and you had to edit the deck to deck. And it
was all on time code as well.
All on time code, and it was linear editing, right? It was linear editing. So like if I did like 5 minutes of editing, and then I want to change something that was like 1 minute into the video, I would have to go back, change that, and then like re-edit everything after that. It was such a nightmare. Yeah. It was such a nightmare. And I'll never forget my friend Chris Davisi from Westchester Amiga User Group. He actually got a flyer back in the day, like when it first came out. And it was the first time I ever touched like nonlinear editing, and I was just like, oh my god, this is absolutely amazing. Like I can change anything I want, like without like messing up everything after it.
But it's mad. Anthony Jarvis, he said that he got 1080p video out of there. It wouldn't play on the Amiga, but he could render it and then export it to something else.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Because I mean, back then when the flyer came out, everything was standard definition. It was like it was not even like 1280 by 720 was the high definition was something like some crazy futuristic stuff.
He did like a 1080 video. It was a small like little one, but it was rendered on Amiga, which is just like wow.
That's amazing. I can't even wrap my head around that, because like I said, like high definition didn't even really exist back then when the flyer came out. It's kind of a testament to like how future-proof in a way the Amiga was, right? But even like now, even the simple things like this PC MCI slot I got here, it allows me to transfer stuff from like my modern PC to my Amiga. Like it's like it was meant to do that. This thing came out in 1992. It's amazing.
Yeah, and when they did come out, they were a bit useless because there wasn't much stuff out for them. It took a while for those slots to actually become used and cheaper cards come out. But nowadays it's like compact flash in there, wireless card, whatever.
It's pretty amazing. Wireless is something I haven't really succeeded well with Amiga. I've got a wireless card that kind of emulates. It's called the RS-232, and it goes the Wi-Fi 232. It goes into your serial port, and it kind of emulates like an old school modem. So I've had really good luck with that, but I haven't had great luck connecting to the internet proper. And now I just got a new router, so I'm not even sure if I can connect. It's like a gigabit router.
It's hard with the security protocols. I remember doing it with, I think it was WEP when it was WEP.
Right.
But now it's like WPA2. And I think you can still do it, but you have to make sure everything's updated and all your certificates are correct and stuff.
Yeah, it's really challenging. I was supposed to do it when we had the guys from Metro Siege on, because you can play Metro Siege Amiga to Amiga over the internet, which is absolutely amazing. And I wasn't successful connecting mine to the Wi-Fi in my house, so I ended up using an emulator and connecting to a real Amiga that Alpine 9000 had in Australia. So it's pretty cool though. You could play emulator to real Amiga, which is very, very cool. Oram says the Terrible Fire 360 Wi-Fi works great. I need to get onto the Wi-Fi bandwagon. Oh man, so you went to Swag, which looked awesome. I saw that battle you did with Hoffman, and Fraxon, thank you so much for the follow, Fraxon. Welcome to the stream. It's a pleasure to have you. Proton Fig says stay in Germany, go to München for Oktoberfest until late October, then come to Finland for Zoo Party. That would be amazing, Proton Fig. To answer Stuart Johnson,
just live there.
Yeah, right. Just live there. Stuart Johnson, to answer your question, yeah. So Maya's wedding is the week after Amiga Germany. So my plan is to go to Amiga Germany, hang out in Germany for the week, and then go to her wedding and then come home. That's my plan.
Another thing that we're going to be doing, this is a bit separate. This is the Retro Hour, but we'll be going out to Retro Messe in Norway. So we'll be in the Scandinavian area, and that'll be on the 20th to the 21st of August. So we're going to go out and do some talks at that event in Norway, and that's pretty cool.
Oh, amazing. What's it called?
A Retro Messe. So if you go to retromesse.no, and it's a small little event, and Norway's great, but it's not got the biggest population, so you get a lot of people coming from Finland and stuff, and it's a cool little event, Retro Messe.
Oh, that looks awesome. So you're also hold on a second. Nihai Spy, thank you so much for the 500 bits. I really, really appreciate that. Look, Warsky gave you a Wi-Fi thing for the Commodore 64 area. Very nice. Ravi, it's funny. I've been lucky. I've been traveling around the world a lot. Retro Ralph, thank you so much for the subscription, Retro Ralph. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Retro Ralph. That's awesome. But I've never really been to Scandinavia or Northern Europe. I've only been to Iceland. So going to a party like this would be awesome. I've never been to Norway or Sweden or This looks.
It's amazing, but you have I think it's 1 hour of darkness in the summer. It's very light,
I love that. It's like Alaska, right? When I go to Alaska, we had 2 hours of darkness in July. It's great for partying because you always feel like it's daytime outside. So tell me a little bit about the Retro Hour. Retro Hour is an amazing podcast. You guys have been doing it for a bunch of years now, and you're going to this event as the Retro Hour. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the
we used to do events, and we used to host panels as well, and COVID happened, and it all kind of killed off all the events that were happening, but they're slowly starting to come back, and these guys invited us out last time, and they had the whole team from Rare who came with us, and that was GoldenEye, Conker's Bad Fur Day, all of those titles. So we had a big chat with them, and then actually with the Retro Hour, we are working on a little project at the moment that we have mentioned before, so I will mention it again. We're working on a book at the moment, so it's going to be a book of some of the best interviews that we've done, and also have articles that we've written in between and stuff, and it's going to be quite good fun, and more details of that will come later. We're busy writing at the moment.
Amazing. So Retro Hour, the book, coming soon. That's just awesome. So for those folks who don't know, Retro Hour is a weekly podcast. It comes out every Friday, and it's Dan, Ravi, and Joe. They are the co-hosts of it, and Ravi, it's such a great podcast. You guys start off with news, retro news for about a half hour, and then you do another half hour to an hour interview with a gaming legend.
It's
so
never
good.
An hour.
No,
it's always over. Yeah.
But it's so good. The last one, I've been really busy lately, but the last episode I listened to, which I absolutely loved, was an interview with the guy who does the voice of Duke Nukem.
Yeah, Johnson John, and recently we had Randy Breen on as well, who did Road Rash.
Oh, very cool.
Really cool, yeah.
Yeah, you guys got some really, really amazing guests, and they're all so interesting. I've learned so much by listening to your podcast, and I love the passion. And the one thing I really love about your podcast, I love the news section. There's just something about it. I can't really put my finger on it, But whenever I get involved with Amiga or anything retro, there's always like this feeling and sensation that I try and recapture, like of the kind of the excitement that I had when I was sitting down at my computer when I was a kid. And there's something about the podcast that like really takes me back and it gives me that feeling. I can't really put my finger on it.
No, cheers, man.
But the way you guys like reminisce about it and all the stories that you tell, I guess your stories are kind of similar to mine. So I get really.
I think it's also because we're like hyper about it as well. When we cover something that we think is really cool, we're like, yes, as excited as the listener. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No, you guys really like hit all the right notes. Amiga Bill must come for 4 days of beer, campfire, and compost. Demo scene TV. Oh, I would love to. This looks like a really, really cool party.
I can imagine Amiga Bill going to a demo party and people just losing it. That would be cool.
I would lose it, Ravi. I would lose it. I tell you what, I lost it. I lost it at the when I went to Poland, and that's like Ami party's like half retro party like VCF East, and then half demo party. And the Silly Billy emoji, which is this one right here, I'm dropping in the chat. That was me after I took my first shot of Polish moonshine made from birch.
Well, we'll see what happens in Germany, but the good thing about Germany is they have great food to fill you up before the drinking, so you can last a bit longer.
You gotta get like a good belly full of meat, right? That's the Polish rules for drinking. Are first you start out with like eating kielbasa, and like you just eat meat, no bread. You want no carbs because they say that the carbs absorb the alcohol,
you want the grease,
and it stays in your stomach longer. So eat lots of kielbasa, and then drink vodka, and only vodka, never mix. You never drink vodka and beer, only vodka. And I mean that's it, no carbs. So you eat meat, no carbs, and just stick with the same alcohol all night, and you're fine. Polish rules of drinking.
That's hardcore.
Oh man. So Ravi, like I said, I've been yeah, exactly. Ravi tells me that VCF East is fun, but it's like an old folks home compared to Amiga Germany. I believe it, Tony rocks. It's so funny, Tony, because like Ravi, like I said, like I feel like we've known each other for years, and I first found you with your YouTube channel like way back, even before I made a YouTube channel, like way back in the day, and we finally got to meet at VCF East. So we got some like really cool parties coming up in Europe, like Retro Mesa and Amiga Germany 37. But this is your first time coming to an event here in the USA. So, like, what were your impressions of VCF East? I can pull up some photos. Here.
It was cool because I'd been to like user group meetings before in the US, and they're like any other user group meeting. You've got the food guy who always provides good food. You've got like the really knowledgeable hardware guy, and then It's got a nice vibe, but VCF East was a bit different. It was like, to me, it was a lot more computery and a lot more hardware based. Whereas, other events I go to in Europe and stuff, there's always a few consoles there, and there's a bit of a focus on gaming. Where this was really like, I found a guy and I was chatting to him about satellite TVs, hacking satellites, how they used to get free TV, all of that kind of stuff. We chatted for like 45 minutes just in a corner, and it was like no other event are you gonna find people like that. And some of the systems on display were amazing, and like the love and passion. People obviously got these machines working, and like some of the really old ones I'm really into because you just don't see them in the UK.
Yeah, it's really interesting. They do really great stuff with VCF, and it's like the Vintage Computer Federation is the group that puts it on, and they're like you said, they're really into hardware and collecting, and they're really into like doing cool things with the hardware. So like most of the time at VCF East, it's not just like here's my Amiga. It's like here's my Amiga and here's some cool little project I'm doing with it. Like one year, I showed off like DigiView, and I had I was taking people's. I don't know why I've been losing these connections. You know what? Hold on. Allow. Ravi, I don't know why I've been like losing these connections. It's weird. It happened to me with Anthony last time as well. And I don't know how to get rid of old Amiga Bill there. Weird. I don't know. Yeah, and you're back.
Can we kick him?
You're back. I got you on full screen now. So okay. I got a picture. Like I said, it's about hardware and it's about doing cool projects. So like when I showed my Amiga, it's not just like here's an Amiga. It's like here's an Amiga and here's something cool I'm doing with it. So I had DigiView and I hooked my camera up to it, and I was actually taking people's portraits with DigiView, and then I was emailing their portraits to them in ham mode. So it's always like you always have to take the hardware and do some cool little twist. Like remember that cool telephone exhibit as well. That was really cool. You could like call into the switchboard.
You know, it really made me feel at home because previous events I've been to, we did an Amiga event years ago at Bletchley Park.
Oh yeah, wow.
And Bletchley Park's like a military base as well. And you know, you've got like kids in camo uniform and stuff like leading you in and everything. And when we went to this one in America, it was in like a military base. And I just remember there was this huge general dude with a massive cigar sat outside smoking it, and like that kind of connection of radio, computer history, and military seemed to be quite strong, and that also is the same in England as well as in America, which was kind of warming to see it in one of those venues. You know, it's like very familiar.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because it does take place at an old military base, and it was called Project Diana. There's that huge satellite dish there, and it was one of the early communication devices where they were able to communicate with the troops in World War II. They literally would bounce radio signals off the moon. Like that's how that worked. That huge dish that was there, they literally like sent signals, bounced them off the moon, and then when they bounced back to Earth, they would be aimed at Europe somehow. I don't know. Yeah, it's amazing. I don't know how they figured it out, but that's how they communicated via radio to the troops in Europe. It was so cool.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, and just having that like familiarity and stuff, like hardcore computer coding, military. It was like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's a cool combo, and I feel like ham radios kind of feel their way into there too as well. The whole same vibe, right?
It's all kind of connected in the computing world. Yeah.
Yeah, remotely interested. Adam Spring says the theremin was awesome. What's up, Adam? Great to see you.
Yes, yeah, the theremin was good.
Andy Amiga 7 says it was so metal when the guy from California, I think that was Smash 1980, called me on the display. On that, we'll check out the phone display in a second. But I have a picture up on the screen right now of you holding a Magnavox Odyssey. So that's something. So that was a big score for you. And the most impressive thing for me is that you were able to fit that in a suitcase on the way home.
I put all my clothes around the side of it. I think I had to wear like 4 layers or something to take everything home. But I got the Odyssey home. But I thought, thank God that was the last thing that I bought, because I was in America for a month. I could have bought stuff early on and had to lug it around all the states, you know.
Yeah, because you had quite a tour beforehand, right? So you would have to carry them around, to California. So the Odyssey is something that you guys didn't have in the UK? That was something that was pretty unique?
Yeah, I think that's one of the first times I've seen one in the wild, like Odyssey 2. Yeah, and that was boxed, and it had like 6 games, and it was all working, all the manuals and stuff. And like when I walked out of the event, everyone was like, "Oh, good deal that! Oh, an Odyssey." It's really nice. I still haven't fired it up. I need to work out how to run it on my TV and stuff.
Oh, cool. I'm glad you were able to pick up something cool. And
it was awesome meeting you, Bill, as well. Like you said, we've known each other for years, but bumping into you and like brother Bill as well, and Anthony and stuff, it was like a really cool crew. Even though Bill couldn't speak for the first couple of days, it was still good. I still have to put together the video, but yeah, I lost my voice. It was pretty gnarly. Of course, at first I was a little bit worried about the Rona, but I get tested 3 times a week for work, and I was negative all the time, so it wasn't that. I just happened to lose my voice, and like I felt fine. Yeah. I just couldn't talk. Here we are in the awesome house that we rented. There's Anthony back there, Greg of Florida. There's you, Adam, brother Bill down there on the couch. It was so much fun. The best part about all these events, even though like I love Amiga, the best part is like hanging out with friends. Yo, Duas80, thank you so much for the follow. And wait, someone else just followed too. I missed it. Inner, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the stream. If you're new to my streams, welcome. I'm Amiga Bill. I stream stuff here almost every Sunday on Twitch. And today is a very casual stream. I'm just hanging out with my buddy Ravi. He is co-host of the Retro Hour podcast and editor for Amiga Addict magazine, which we'll get into. And right now we're just reminiscing about his latest trip to the United States, where he came to visit me. We went to VCF East together, and there's the real Tony Rocks and his son. Amazing. Yeah, remote interest is all about the people. Exactly. You've got an image? Nice one, dude. The real Tony Rocks says he was worried about me. Super Tech Boy, it wasn't Airbnb we rented. Yes. Yeah, Tony was such a nice dude as well. Yeah, he awesome to meet them all. Ended up back at the house having a drink with us, him and his son. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good fun. There we are in the house. Yeah, we rented an Airbnb. We call it the Amiga Frat House. It's better. It's so much more fun than just getting like individual hotel rooms. We just got
Yeah,
this rad
yeah.
house, and it's pretty close to the beach, right near Asbury Park. And then
It's like sleepover, everyone there. Yeah.
totally. Thank you, Stuart Johnson. Stuart, I hope you can make it too. Hot tub Amigaville next week. We'll see Demo Scene TV. Here we are. So this is what'd you think of the Silver Ball Arcade? That's what this picture is from right now. It's an arcade museum in Asbury Park, right, like literally like right on the boardwalk, and the pinball machines there are just awesome.
That whole like pinball culture in America is just mind blowing. Like, you occasionally find a few machines in the UK or like in the back of a pub or in some really weird location, but man, like just the range of pinball machines they had, and some of the really old, obscure ones. Like my dad, when he was younger, he used to play pinball a lot, and he'd love all the like 60s and 50s ones, and like there were ones with like hula gills on it and stuff, and there were like stuff that looked like it was just after the Second World War and stuff, and he would have just lost his mind there. Yeah. It was such a good spot. Yeah, really really awesome, and that's totally unique to that area as well, isn't it?
It's very unique. Yeah, it's we do have some pinball museums here, but this one I think it's the best one in the New York area. There's one out in Las Vegas as well. But the thing I love about pinball is I never really understood it as a kid. Like I always just all I tried to do was like keep the ball from falling basically. But once I got older and I started doing the Arcade Dreams documentary with Zach, I started to like really learn a lot more about pinball. And when you learn each table and like had a high score each table, it takes on a whole nother dimension. It's so much more fun to play like once you understand that table. And the one I have the picture of you playing right here was this one was mental. I'd never seen this one before.
Oh, that was the
Joust.
double-ended one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Joust based on the video game, and so it had flippers on each end, and you would actually like battle each other, which was crazy.
Yeah, and I showed you that Pinball 2000 thing, which was like it's basically where they were trying to project games on top of the pinball screens and stuff, and it was like a weird crossover of a video game and a pinball machine. Yeah.
Yeah, that. I've never seen that one before either. Every time I go there, they have something new. That's pretty awesome. What's up, Paulie Alexbo? Yo, thank you. Thanks, Tony Rocks. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's great seeing you. No, right on. Take care, buddy. I'll see you, Tony. Yeah, Oram. Those Joust games are really really awesome. I'd never seen that before. Here we are. Here's the whole gang, Ravi. At my exhibit, I was showing off. My exhibit was called "Pimp Your Amiga." I'm really lucky. Like I've been able to get some like really cool modifications for my Amiga, including like the Solus board that you can see rocking out here with the LEDs.
You see, Adam's got the Amiga branded football soccer jersey, as you'd say.
Yeah, I see that jersey there. Like, what's going on? So was that is that like legit? Was there actually like a Commodore Amiga soccer football team?
That was Commodore sponsored Chelsea. I'm not the biggest Chelsea fan, but yeah, I think it's cool. Like yeah, and I think they did like Commodore for Bayern Munich as well, Amiga for Chelsea. I think Colin Proudfoot did that deal to get Amiga on the Chelsea shirts. Yeah,
that must have been cool. I would love to see some footage from back then of people actually playing with the Amiga jersey on. That would be very, very cool. What's up, Make a Legend?
Like sensible soccer.
You've got the Commodore Bayern top. Oh, cool, cool. Oh, yeah, Adam says, to be clear, he's not a Chelsea fan. He's just wearing it for the Amiga jersey. Amiga Cammy says, we have Tazpin here next month. You can't wait. Oh, Tazpin sounds like a Tasmanian Pinball Festival. That's awesome, Amiga Cammy. That is really, really cool. So yeah, I was cool. Like I was showing off my case from A1200.net. The CD32 colored one you see here, and then as well as the new crystal case for the Amiga 500, which is awesome. It was a really really fun exhibit. And we also we got this was crazy, Ravi. This was like all these Commodore. Oh, that's a terrible picture. But this was like all the Commodore engineers. Yo, Maya 82.
What happened is we needed people to basically look after the stalls and stuff, and Bill becomes like the you're like the filming dude for VCF, so you're running around filming everything like crazy. And you saw this talk, which was all of these Commodore staff members, just like, you're not going to get that anywhere else in the world, are you, on stage?
No, not really. Maybe at an Amiga Germany event, but this was like not just Amiga. This was all Commodore guys because
Yeah.
VCF East is basically held in the shadows of Commodore's former headquarters. That was in Westchester, Pennsylvania, and VCF East is in New Jersey, which is right next to Westchester, Pennsylvania, about an hour away. So like a lot of the folks who worked at Commodore still live in the area, like Dave Haney, Bill Hurd, and there were lots of folks that came out for this who I'd never seen in person before. It was an amazing demo. I have to put up the video. I had a little problem with the audio, that's why I haven't put it up. But I think it's very fixable. But
You're sitting on a load of good footage there, Bill, of the event. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get it out there. I've got to. Maya82, thank you so much for the resub. Maya82, it's great to see you. Hope all's well, Maya. Maya, thank you so much for your support here as well as on Patreon. You're amazing, Maya. Thank you. We're just talking about your wedding, Maya. I want to go to Amiga Germany, and then hang out in Germany for the week, and then come party at your wedding. That'd be a blast. Yeah, it was amazing, Andy Amiga 7. It was so cool. Super Tech Boy says for Amiga News, we need to congratulate RMC Retro Neil on his wedding this week. Ooh, Super Tech Boy, I didn't realize that. I've been so out of the loop. A huge congratulations to RMC Retro on getting married. That's awesome. Did Hoffman play? Did Hoffman play the wedding? That would have been cool. He mentioned in his Discord. I didn't even know that, Super Tech Boy. Cole Kawe, thank you so much for the resub. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for your support, dude. I really, really appreciate it, Kyle. Today we are hanging out, just chilling with Ravi Abbott. This is just a very impromptu, like, let's just hang out with Ravi and see what happens stream.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, this panel was just awesome, and I need to send you the audio from it as well. I should coordinate that after the stream. Now this was also this was really, really cool. This was a hard drive controller, right? The 4091 hard drive controller re-implemented.
Yeah, that's really cool because you Americans love SCSI, so having a re-implemented SCSI controller. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
It's what a wild project, right? Like there's not too many people like who are like, you know what, I'm gonna put all this time and effort into rebuilding a SCSI host adapter.
Yeah, and he's done all the manuals like Commodore themed, and like if you look at the boxes and stuff, like they're all brand new, but they look just like the original.
They look original, yeah. He was a German fella, Stefan Reinauer. So he was super, super cool. I bet he'll have this at Amiga Germany too. I'm guessing.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But that was a really cool Amiga project. I never imagined that, and it was. Then like the more I was like, okay, SCSI controller, cool. But he put so much like effort into it, and he made it really. It's just so cool that you're able to people actually take the time to like go get this obscure piece of hardware and like redesign, re-implement it. It's one way to keep all this amazing stuff alive. He was a really nice guy, and like you said, having all the manuals remade, it felt like it was you were buying one new off the shelf back then. Paul the Oxbow, you love SCSI on your Amiga 3000. You're hoping the Turbo Fire 4060 still works with your DMAC chip, and you can keep your SCSI. You love your SCSI, nice. Proton Fig has got his 23rd anniversary today. Yo, Proton Fig, congratulations on your 23rd wedding anniversary. That's absolutely amazing, dude. That's amazing. Congratulations. Proton Fig, that's awesome. Proton Fig just sent me a collection. Proton Fig does these awesome SID tunes, and he's always dropping them here every week, and he just made like a D64 file with all of them on one disc. I didn't have a chance to look at it yet, but I can't wait. Screamboth just dropped a link to Stefan's talk from VCF East. I didn't even know it was there.
Oh, wicked, yeah. Because there was loads of talks going on all weekend, and it was hard to kind of keep track because it was all over in different buildings and stuff, and yeah, so that's awesome. Yeah,
it's really it's hard because like even though like I do shoot a lot of them, it's hard to have like an exhibit and shoot the events because they're happening simultaneously. But this was a really cool. This project was amazing.
And to remember to eat and just do stuff like that because so much is going on.
I never eat. I VCF East. It's not a good thing. But I end up never eating. It's not good. But let's see. What else did we have here? That was cool. I mean, you could see how everything is laid out. Like you said, lots of super old hardware. Like here's let's see what we got here. We got a couple of. This was some other Amiga stuff. This is the first time I saw the Amiga Mini, which was cool. He had he had the Commodore 64 Mini, and I think this is the Commodore 64 and the VIC-20. Very
It
cool.
really is so tiny, isn't it?
It
It's
really
crazy.
is. Look how small it is back there compared to these, which are like full size. But that was my first time seeing the Amiga Mini. It wasn't available in the United States yet. He had ordered it from Europe.
Well, that's that. When I went to Swag, I met the Retro Computer Limited guys there, and they actually turned up and they were talking about the Amiga Mini and it being a success and stuff. It was really good. And Calanto were there as well. Mike Battilana had come over from Italy, so there's some quite cool stuff. I think it's a PlayStation game running on the Amiga Mini, which I don't know how that works, but yeah, that was pretty impressive.
That's pretty cool. I guess it's a little more powerful than I think of it as like an 030. I think of the Amiga Mini is kind of like an 030. But I should pick one up. They look really, really cool. Yeah, he's an awesome musician, Paulie Alex Boat. Then you have tons of cool stuff here. Like this is Ethan. Ethan is a Commodore pet expert. He did stuff like connecting your pet to the internet in the past and stuff. It was there's a really, really great variety of things. And let me see if I can find a picture. Here we go. Now here in the States, we used to have something called the preview guide, and it was a digital way to see what was like coming up on your cable TV. And like it's always been like a rumor here in the States, like, oh yeah, I heard those used to run on Amigas, because you would turn on, be flipping through channels, and you would click and you'd see the preview guide, and there'd be a Guru Meditation error on it, which was awesome. And I was like, they do use Amigas, but it was like a rumor here in our club, like, yeah, we think they use Amigas for the preview guide. And sure enough, like this young guy, he must have been in his 20s. He works for Google now. He's just been like super interested in old, public access and old cable TV. He actually went and sourced this Amiga 2000, as well as like the proprietary hardware that they used for the preview guide, and he got it working. And the other thing that's amazing is that the previews, like the schedule that he had up on the Amiga was actually the schedule for TV like that day. Like somehow it was actually reading the schedule for whatever April 2022 and putting it into the Amiga, which was absolutely
And he
amazing.
had like a little media player at the back that had like loads of videos connected to it, like clips of old TV shows and stuff, and they were playing on it as well as having all the information on that. I was so impressed with that, and it was like all branded as well, like all the key bit. Yeah, there you go. There was some great branding on it.
Yeah, totally. That's it was really neat.
I'm just gonna let my cat in. I think he wants to join us.
Oh, sure. That's a really good question. Yo, what's up, C64 Television? Yo, hold on. Let me do a costume change here. Got my C64 Television Bruce Lee hat on now. Oh yeah. But yeah, Ravi, it was so cool for me to see that, because it was like a behind the scenes look at something that was always been like a mystical like Amiga story.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It was funny back in the day when you every now and then you would catch a Guru Meditation, and you're like, wait a minute, they do use the Amiga. Here we are at my exhibit, doing a little fist
Late
pump.
at night, like watching TV and then a Guru Meditation.
Totally. Another cool thing that I got there, thanks to Chris Edwards, the creator of like the Pi Amiga. I had Pi Amiga 3.0 running on there. We got a sneak peek.
Chris was there as well. He was around, so yeah, good to see him.
Yeah, it was good that he was able to demo it, because I couldn't talk. So like when people came to my booth, at least they could see something useful. But it's pretty cool. I think the Pi Amiga 3 is it's more stable than Pi Amiga 2, and it's really well integrated with Linux, so you can like launch Linux apps like right within the Pi Amiga, like right in the Amiga operating system. Kind of, they kind of run on top of each other, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like Rabbit Hole, right, on AmiKit X.
Yeah. I remember they've been trying that for years, and like, there's been so many pre-configurations and stuff, and I know a lot of people who have those Raspberry Pi 400s, and they just run Pi Amiga on there, and they just love it.
Yeah, Pi Amiga is amazing, especially how it comes like with everything basically. This was cool. This was you could see like Albert Charpentier, Becky Berger, Bill Hurd, Andy Finkel, Dave Haney, Neil Harris. There were tons of legends there speaking. They were selling these signed ID badges, which was really cool.
Yeah, I've got mine over there, hanging my Bill Hurd. Yeah.
Bill Hurd's such a good guy. He's so much fun.
That's such a dude. Yeah.
He's been on Retro Hour a couple times, right?
Yeah. We've had Bill on, and he told us all about the failed Commodore LCD laptop that they tried to do years ago, and like the C65 as well and stuff. This game was frustrating.
Those games are always frustrating for me. But whenever you have to like pick up a prize and like move it over to the hopper.
Oh yeah. This one, I think it was like very American. You had to pick up grain and fill up a grain like tower in time. Yeah, really tough.
Those games are rigged too. They're rigged for you to lose. You saw the Monster Joystick. Yeah, the Monster Joystick is awesome. I don't leave home without my Monster Joystick right there. MonsterJoysticks.com! !joystick in the chat. Ravi, it was such a fun weekend. We had such a blast.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for coming.
We'll repeat it for Germany as well.
yes, we will. Demoscene TV says, please follow Daedalus2097 on Twitch or YouTube. He's a good professor on Blitz Basic. Yeah, Rob is the man. I love Rob Cranley. He's the one that also made the Solus board that's rocking out down here in my Amiga right now. Daedalus is the man. What else? Anything else about VCF East you want to mention?
Not really. I just think it was great. And I'd love to go to the other ones as well. Check out all the VCFs in the country.
VCF Southeast is coming up next weekend, July 15th, 2 weeks from now. So
is East the only one that you've been to, Bill?
I've been to East and Southeast.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been to East and Southeast. And they're both great. Very different shows. But similar, it's different because Southeast kind of took place in this amazing museum. I'm not sure if it still takes place in that museum. But Adam put together some really great stuff too. We were on the Amiga panel with Trevor down there.
Oh, I remember seeing pictures of that.
Yeah. Mr. Great says VCF Midwest is awesome as well. I've heard great things about VCF Midwest. I heard Midwest is kind of like a big party. Like you show up and they hand you a beer before you even get in. I heard that was it's a great one. So I need to get to VCF Midwest, and they have one in the Pacific Northwest as well, and I think they have one in California too.
Oh wow!
But you can see this is one of the rooms at VCF East, and this is like Ravi was saying, like it's all about the hardware at VCF East.
Yeah, this guy was like recapping monitors behind there. Yeah, and it was very hardware based. But also, I'm a secret Mac fan as well, so they had loads of Mac stuff there that I was getting mad over. And Anthony was sticking his nose up at it and going, move away from the Macs.
Yeah, no, Anthony is not a Mac fan. Thank you, Mr. Great, for dropping that link. Now, this was really cool. This happened like live on my stream, where this was a demo of old phone systems, and you literally could like call into the switch box and talk to whoever called in on one of these old phones. This one was super, super fun.
Yeah, that was crazy, and had like all the old answering machines and stuff like, and that's really the roots of like hacking and computer hacking was phone phreaking. So like a lot of these units, even the old rotary dial and payphones, would probably have been exploited by hackers back in the days. So cool, like nod to the past having that in the corner.
For sure, yeah. Phone phreaking was awesome. I remember like blue boxes and black boxes and all the boxing to get.
That was one of Apple's first products, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the blue box. That was Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Yeah.
Also, one of the first podcasts that I started listening to, one of the first tech podcasts, was 2600, and they also have a magazine 2600, the Hacker Quarterly. It was one of the first podcasts I listened to. Like I was listening to that back in the early 2000s. And
I actually picked up a copy of 2600 because I was amazed. I went into Barnes and Noble looking for Amiga Addict, and they had 2600 there, and I was like, oh, gotta get it.
It's so cool. I love the size of it, and it goes deep, man. They really get into the tech there with their stuff. Speaking of Amiga Addict, Ravi is also an editor of Amiga Addict magazine. If you can do !AA in the chat, and it'll send you to the Amiga Addict website. Ravi, what's there? Oh, let me see. Hold on. Let me go over here. What do we got there? Is that the latest issue of Amiga Addict?
Latest issue, hot off the presses for you. This is awesome. This is basically, we're looking at the Need for Speed, which is all the new accelerators out there. And it's a big look at the accelerators, but also we have a Hoffman demo disc.
No way.
A Hoffman cover disc. So this is the label. You get your own floppy, write it to that, and Hoffman's done an exclusive version of his MSX title. I think it was the Nightmare one, and he's also got 4 Hoffman demos on there as well. And he wrote a little like intro on it as well, which is pretty awesome.
Oh man, that is so cool. That's I can't wait to get this one. You know, I did see a notice. I saw a notice about renewing, and I feel like I didn't get the latest issue, and maybe my subscription expired. I didn't realize it didn't auto renew, so maybe because I didn't get this Need for Speed one yet.
Now is the time to renew actually, because we are hitting that renewal period. Now we're on issue 13, so we're going to be going into a whole new set and a whole new binder as well. We've added a few things as well. So Hoffman is now doing a regular demo scene selection.
Oh wow!
And he's going to be doing demo scene every single month because we've had a demand for that to come back. We've got some new NG stuff as well. So I've been doing stuff about Morphos and talking about NG, Amiga Next Generation, because some people wanted that. And also, we've been talking to CU Amiga Tony Horgan, who is one of the legends from the big CU Amiga magazine as well. And that's a 4-page interview about his whole time back in the magazines. Actually 5-page, yeah. And pretty epic. And then we've got our it's like a fight between all the accelerators called the Need for Speed. And you've got every accelerator that's coming out at the moment, and what they do, and a kind of a guide, and what the benefits are there of them, because there are so many to pick from. It's crazy,
and they're all so different. You know, I've got a Terrible Fire 1260 and this 1200, and I'm so happy with it. I love it. It's just simple and gets the job done. You know, I can play my 060 AGA demos no problem, and it's totally transparent, and the price was right. It's for an 060 accelerator. It's a great price, but there's also lots of other options too. So I can't wait to read that article.
It's kind of go with your choosing. Some people want to go with the complete vampire bang for high end speed and all that kind of stuff, and then some people want more kind of compatibility with the original style of stuff. So yeah, it goes through all the choices, and it's pretty amazing that they're out there actually, because I remember a time people were buying these second-hand accelerators off eBay for crazy prices, and
the Blizzards were going for $750 for a Blizzard 060.
Well, the PowerPC ones, yeah. So
yeah,
they were going for some crazy prices.
Now, are the prices of those vintage accelerators still high, or have they dropped now that we have new options like the Terrible Fires? Oh crap! I don't know what's going on. Allow.
Hey, I'm back.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the second time it's been happening with me with Jitsi. I'm not sure if I should use it anymore, but it's been working great up until the last guest I had. Oh
wow!
You were blue boxing Stuart Johnson. Oh, cool. With the fraud box, cool. So
but maybe chat can let us know, because I do remember the Apollo accelerators for a long time were really expensive, and they were seen as the prime ones, the old Apollos.
Yeah, I wonder if you're a senior, do you still want to get an old school original Blizzard, or would something like a Terrible Fire suffice? For me, I love the Terrible Fire. I guess if you're a hardcore collector, you want original hardware. But for me, I think it's kind of cool to have new hardware in there, because I feel like it would be a little bit more reliable, right?
Yeah, and I guess people were paying high prices for the older accelerators because there weren't any other new ones available. So.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
You saw a PowerPC 604 E card for £1,500 not long ago. That's crazy, Nivrig. That's crazy. Yeah, Nivrig, you'd like a Warp 1260, but they're too expensive. Well, I mean, that's the thing. The Warp 1260 is a premium card. You get retargetable graphics with it as well, right? There's a lot more features to it, but it's also a lot more expensive. Where my Terrible Fire is
just getting the 060s hard nowadays as well. Getting the 060s alone, yeah.
Yeah, I heard some of the folks. I don't know if Terrible Fire is one that did it, but some of these Polish guys. I heard they were going into like junkyards and like digging 060s out of like washing machines and whatnot, just so they could have.
Yeah, I think there was some like other device that had an 060 in it that wasn't an Amiga that people were like buying up and ripping them out. Yeah. If you're gonna make money, then yeah, 060's where to do it.
Yeah, right. And I mean, and they're hard to get. Obviously, it takes a lot of dedication to like go climbing through a junkyard, pulling 060s out of washing machines. There's a Power PC card now on eBay for $4,000 right now. That's crazy. That's crazy. Super Tech Boy is asking, did Macs use the 060? Did Mac ever get up to 060? I feel like they went to Power PC first.
I don't know. I remember 040 Macs because the 040 shared a lot of stuff with the Amiga and like the emulation, but I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, Rob says that they went Power PC after the 040.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's interesting. I really like the 060 chip in the Amiga as well because I just have a couple of small like, heat sinks on my 060 and the Terrible Fire, and that's all I need because I'm only running it at 50.
Yeah.
But like the 040s, man, those suckers ran hot.
They do. You can fry an egg on it.
Yeah, they're crazy. Yeah. They're crazy
with the huge heat sinks.
Yeah, totally. But Ravi, I mean, Amiga Addict is the magazine is so good. The thing I love about Amiga Addict is how it's like for the community, by the community. Like you were saying, like with Hoffman, like he's a super active, member of the Amiga community, and the fact that there's like a Hoffman disc that comes with the magazine, it's so cool. And I love how you guys focus. You guys really incorporate like there's a lot of contributions from obviously a whole wide range of folks in the Amiga community. I know I'm working on. I better get on it this holiday weekend. But Pixel at Dawn asked me to do a six for six. I think he called it my 6 favorite Amiga games.
Yeah. Well, Pixels is the man now. He's taken my role as deputy editor, and I'm a like community roving reporter now because Pixels is just so good at it. And like, it's crazy. Every time there's a new issue in the shop, I go into the shops and see it, and it's just like, if I wasn't working for this, I'd be buying it. It's like that cool.
I mean, how amazing is it that you can actually walk into here in the United States, like a Barnes and Noble bookstore, and see an Amiga magazine on the shelf in 2022? That's mind blowing.
It's just mental, yeah. And it still blows my mind, and it's like, it still doesn't seem real. Like, and the funny thing is, everybody that goes into the shops, they get it and they put it at the front of the shelf. So like the staff has put it behind some other stuff. We've got loads of users going around and putting it at the very front, make it prominent.
Oh, that's just awesome. What's up, Frozen Well? Great to see you. Welcome to the stream. It's a pleasure to have you. If you're just joining the stream, I'm Amiga Bill, and I stream Amiga stuff here on Twitch almost every Sunday. Today I'm just hanging out, talking to my buddy Ravi. I love to play new Amiga games, classic Amiga games, and I also have guests on who do awesome stuff in the Amiga community. And today we got Ravi Abbott on, who's not just an amazing Amiga DJ, he's the roving reporter now for Amiga Addict magazine, the best-selling Amiga magazine in the UK. And he's also, BSol 1983, thank you so much for follow. He's also a co-host of the Amazing Retro Hour podcast, which I look forward to every month. But yeah, getting back to Amiga Addict magazine, there's tons of cool swag that comes with the Amiga Addict magazine, including...
Yeah, so you've got the binder.
I've got the binder right here. B-Soul, thank you so much for the subscription, man. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
That's going to be full, that binder is, because when we're hitting 13, we'll be onto a new binder, and it's so cool to get past, one of these binders. Like,
I love the binder. It's such a great way to store the magazine. It's just the binder is super rad because obviously I love reading the magazine, it's great, and I love reading the digital edition when I'm traveling, but there's nothing like actually holding the magazine in your hands, nothing like a physical magazine. And if you're into retro, chances are you're a collector. So if you're into Amiga and Amiga magazines, you're gonna want the binder and put them all in there in the collection.
Super Tech Boy, I think it is a year's worth in one binder. Yeah. So 12 issues.
How many do I have in this one? Let's see. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8. I haven't put them all in the binder yet. But I've got 8 in here. 3.
I think I've got a full one here, and it's pretty heavy though. No.
Yeah. It's a tight squeeze for 12 because I feel like with this 9, like I can definitely put a couple more in there, but it's definitely a tight squeeze. But yeah, I love it. And also I got dude, it's really well. I know it sounds funny, but I absolutely like. Hold on, let me go to overhead camera. I absolutely love this mug. I got the Amiga Addict mug. It's a really well made coffee mug. Drink my coffee out of every morning. Amiga Addict. I'd rather be using my Amiga, but it's got the proper like topaz font and the pointer. Dig it. And then also another thing. These are like super These are super useful. We got the coasters.
Yeah.
The Fred Fish, we got Fred Fish disc poster, the back of a 3.5 inch. We got a Bean versus the Animator coaster, love it. Slayers of High Toro coaster.
Essential British things: a mug and a coaster, for your tea.
Exactly. Anything that sounds cool. The Need for Speed issue. What's been like one of your favorite experiences working on the magazine so far?
I think just walking in the shops and seeing it, it's all really Jonah's idea, and he kind of established it, and he pushes it, and it's something I never would have done because I don't have that kind of commercial sense when it comes to like a magazine or being able to stock it and keep it kind of surviving, But yeah, I think it's an awesome job. And the fact that we've hit like over a year is pretty awesome. Like I've seen Amiga mags come and go, and I've seen some, come into the shops, and then like Amiga Active was the last one, and that came in and then collapsed and stuff. And it's like this is actually sustainable, and I think it's because everybody's doing it for passion that it's going to be on the shelves for a long time, which is pretty insane saying that. Yeah.
It really is, right? I mean, it's B-Sol, thank you. The coasters are awesome, B-Sol. Again, thanks for the subscription. It's the thing is, like, I can't even when Jonah first told me about the magazine, like before it came out, I kind of was just like, I wasn't like skeptical, but I was like, wow, that's gonna be really hard to pull off.
Yeah.
Like it was a very ambitious project, and like not only did he pull it off, but the magazine is like better quality than I ever imagined. Like the articles are phenomenal. The design is wonderful. I think he designs it all like on an Amiga 1, or at least he used to. The first few issues. The amount they're thick, man. There's like a lot. There's a lot in each issue, and I can't even imagine like the time that's put into making each magazine. Like how many people are on the team?
Amiga Addict's about 5 or 6. We're at 6 actually, but Pixel Addict is a lot more as well, because that's a lot more like collaborative. Where Amiga Addict, we're now we've been running longer as well. We've got like the regular articles and the regular kind of features, and everyone kind of knows their place. Yeah, but it's a small staff, and like it all runs. We get all advertising and stuff, and the thing is, a lot of these magazines can go into like the supermarkets and places like that because they could do huge amounts of volume and stuff. We're just happy to be in a few stores and selling, and yeah, that's good. Maybe one day we can expand into other countries as well, maybe into Europe and stuff like that. That would be really interesting.
So where is it right now? It's in the UK and USA?
UK, UK including Northern Ireland, US, and Australia as well. So
that's amazing. It's so cool. It's so cool. Yo, what's up, Vector Funk? Great to see you, Vector Funk. Thanks for hanging out today. We're chilling with Ravi today. We're just hanging out, talking about Amiga Act magazine, talking about Retro Hour podcast, as well as Amiga Germany, BCF East. Yeah, Amiga Act. It's a phenomenal magazine. Anything exciting coming up for Amiga Act magazine? Any future plans for it?
I think we're getting more and more staff members from the older magazines involved, and that's really exciting. Like having all of those guys, like the professional writers and the professional editors and stuff, having those get excited and like, something from their past. They're like, oh my God, there's an Amiga magazine, and they might start writing for it. We could get some of the older staff back, which would just be insane. And yeah, really interesting. Like getting some CU Amiga and Amiga format people involved. And also, we'll of course do a big Amiga Germany coverage as well, which is going to be good fun.
That's so cool. I love how you cover like modern events, and like I said, it's definitely, you can really feel the community aspect of the magazine. And when I read it, I feel very connected to the Amiga community. Like yeah, Oram was saying, he feels like the magazine has more reading in it than like the old magazines did back in the day. It takes them way longer to read. Amiga Addict, it's dense. It's dense with information. It's than the old ones. That's
and we specifically try to do stuff that's just not online as well. So when you do get it, it's not a repeat of online articles or stuff like that. It's very, written in a way that's going to kick nostalgia and kind of get all these things and bring them up. Yeah.
Really Adam Mortal says, is it possible to submit articles for Amiga Addict magazine?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Just go onto the website and contact us and come with your idea, and if we like it, we'll run with it. Yeah. And yeah, just talk to the editorial team.
If you want to know where to go to find Amiga Addict magazine, !AA in the chat. They'll link you to Amiga Addict's website. You can get the magazine physically, digitally. You can get the cool swag, coffee cups, coasters. Oh, it's amazing stuff. Oh, Anamoro, you were thinking of a Solus feature. Are you lucky enough to have a Solus? I've been wanting
that'd be nice.
Yeah, I've been wanting to make a video about the Solus board. Like I said, I've been so swamped, but Rob sent me some new software for it too, and we're finally gonna get it really dialed in. Because like right now, the way it is I have it as like a VU meter coming from the center. But there's so many other things you can do with it that's is extremely customizable. I just haven't customized it. I'm so happy with the way it looks now. I haven't really touched it, but it's awesome. Oh yeah, and don't forget, folks, if you are an Amiga Addict subscriber, you need to renew your subscription. Now's the time to renew. I think mine actually lapsed because I didn't get the latest issue, so I need to go check on that. So thank you for the reminder.
And that they really help all the subscriptions as well. That's our main thing that's keeping us alive is the subscribers at the moment. The shop stuff we don't make that much money on because we can't do the huge volumes, but the subscribers, you're like our lifeblood. So yeah,
so it's important to subscribe if you want to support these guys and keep an Amiga magazine alive and well. Definitely hit it with subscribe. Yo, good night, Goblin70. Great to see you. Oh man, cool, Ravi. Well, I'm digging all this stuff. What do you want to do now? Do you have anything you want to talk about Retro Hour? Do you want to like get into some Amiga news, see what's going on?
Yeah, we could do Amiga news. I've just got one thing to mention, which is we're doing our meeting for Robin Hood Amiga Group.
Oh, okay. Do you have a link for that?
Yeah, so that's rhamiga.com.
rhamiga.
Yeah, and we're based in Nottingham, and that's on the 16th of July. So if you guys come along, bring your systems. We have a lot of fun. We just hook up. We eat good food. Last time we had amazing samosas. And yeah, we hook up, just bring our systems. Bring any system, really. We always like to play and talk about them. We're going to do some gaming competitions this time. And we're a new group, but this is like our 6th meeting. And yeah, it's probably going to be about 15 or 20 people there. Really cool venue. Yeah, just come along.
Oh, that's awesome. The Robin Hood Amiga Group has a meeting coming up on July 16th. I think that's a Sunday, right?
Saturday.
Oh, it's a Saturday. Okay, got it. Saturday. Right, I'm flying home on the 15th, the Friday. Saturday, July 16th in Nottingham. And obviously that's where the legend of Robin Hood is from, right?
Yeah.
The Scotch Amiga Group needs to raise its game to compete with the Norwich Amiga User Group. It's so, yeah, exactly. The more Amiga groups, the better. Exactly. Agreed.
Yeah, definitely. And the more people that know about it, the better. We're going to try and get maybe other retro systems involved in the future and turn it into a more general retro event. But yeah, man, it's awesome.
It's fun. There's nothing like getting together in person. I'm going to be doing a Westchester Amiga User Group meeting probably in August as well. We haven't met in person since the Rona hit. So there's just nothing like getting together. Yeah, finally, we can get it again. But it looks like a great group.
We formed when the Rona hit, so we had to do like social distance meetings and stuff with all the precautions and masks and everything. But we managed to survive that, so we've come out the other end stronger.
Yeah, if you can survive that, you guys will be around for a while for sure. What
Yeah.
So like
Yeah,
so
you see, that was when our meeting was deemed illegal.
Right.
And we weren't allowed to do it after the inaugural meeting as well. So yeah, everybody. Yeah, that was. It was kind of set up to help people out during that time, and it's grown since then.
Yeah, people definitely need a little. They need some kind of light at the end of the tunnel, right? You need some spark of fun.
Yeah.
That was really really brutal time. Yo, Jawolf says the Robin Hood Amiga group is great, and I've been to all 6 meetings so far. We've had lovely food at the last one. You're making me hungry, Jawolf.
I'll be going to that shop again.
Nice. Yo, what's up, Beat Nuke Dave R? Thank you so much for the resub. What's going on is I'm just chilling with Ravi today, and we're doing a little bit of Amiga news. He's asking, Animortal is asking like where that is. Where's Nottingham?
So it's in Nottingham City. It's in an area called Mapley Top, and the details are on the website. Basically, it's a place called Haywood Community Centre. It's a small little community centre, and if you turn up, we supply tea, coffee, all the power, all of that stuff. Just bring extension leads and your machines.
Awesome. And you get about how many folks in a meeting?
Last one we had about 15, 16, which was probably our biggest one that we've had so far. And that was really cool. Yeah.
Very cool. Oh, this map is is incorrect, folks. It's not near Atlanta. That's hilarious.
Oh, no.
It's pulling up something in the United States. That's so weird. I clicked on the map on your website, and it's...
Oh gosh, maybe I'll need to update that, but the physical details should be on there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pulling up something in Tennessee. That's hilarious. Robin Hood, it's in the UK, folks.
People to Tennessee. Don't go to Tennessee.
No,
don't turn up with an Amiga.
No, it's at the Haywood Community Center in Nottingham. That is awesome, Ravi.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good luck with that. It's so cool that we still have user groups popping up. Like, it's amazing that there's still Amiga
so
groups.
if you scroll down, Bill, so we've got 2 venues. This is the one in Derbyshire, and then we've got the Haywood one in Nottingham at the bottom south. So we have a north and a south meeting, because the idea of the group is that we go to different areas that Robin Hood was in. So it was in the Midlands of England. So we have some happening in Derby, sometimes happening in Nottingham, but Nottingham seems to be the main one at the moment.
Very, very cool. It looks like a fun time. Oh man, that's awesome. I see Steven's there making some shooting something for like Amiga 2020.
Yeah,
maybe?
he was doing some filming. Yeah.
Very, very cool. Oh man, so Ravi, like, what is it like? What do you think it is about retro, about Amiga that just makes it so popular today? We've got Amiga Addict magazine like on newsstands. We got them in Barnes and Noble bookstore here in the United States. Like, what is it? Like, is it just old folks like me and you who are just reliving our youth, or is there something more to it? Like, what do you think?
I don't know. I think it's like Amiga people were always really hardcore, even when Amiga wasn't the most powerful piece of technology. They'd still be saying Amiga's superior, and they'd still be pushing it. And I think a lot of people haven't dropped that, but also for me, it felt like a special little club. It was like this workbench, only a few people that I know about it, know how to operate it, know how to do this. This hardware, only a few people know about it. And it's weird, like when you do meet an Amiga person, you're like, yes, comrade, you're connected. Right? Yeah, so, and it's just that kind of vibe. It's like this kind of fun special club. And I don't know, maybe it's the same with like the BBC or other smaller computer systems or Atari or stuff, but Amiga really seems to be like one that kind of got forgotten. And I used to watch a lot of documentaries on computer history, and I'd be like, why aren't they mentioning the Amiga? And it would always be kind of cut out, or even Commodore wouldn't be. in a lot of them. But now I think people started to realize, oh wow, actually it was a really influential computer, and they're starting to write it back into the history, which is really good. And that's mostly down to Amiga people not shutting up about
Right.
it. Yeah.
I remember when I was like, I would say like in the mid '90s and late '90s. Well, even earlier when Amiga was most popular here in the States. Anthony and I were hardcore Amiga guys, and we'd always go to a computer show, like a general computer show. And it was always our mission to like find like the one little Amiga table, like, and there would be like hundreds of PCs and Macs and stuff. And I even have a video that I've always been meaning to post. It's from 1997 at Trenton Computer Festival, which is like a huge computer festival here, not far from VCF East. And Anthony and I would go, and they used to have a big swap meet. They used to have these swap meet out in these parking lots, these huge parking lots. They'd have a swap meet. And like Anthony and I would go in with the mission, we're gonna find Amiga stuff, and it was hard to find Amiga stuff. So it
would be the same. Like we'd go to a car boot sale, and we'd try and find the one guy selling pirate Amiga discs, and we'd like make a beeline to him, or you'd go to a shop and you'd try and find the one shelf with Amiga games on it, and charge to that. You're like, right, where's my section?
Yeah, but there was something nice about being the underdogs, though. You definitely felt connected to anyone else who gave it the attention that you did, or was a big Amiga fan. You were just like attracted to immediately. When's the Amiga Bill hot tub? I'll tell you what, it's hot out there right now. Demo Scene TV. Oh, Rom, I think I did just call all folks. Yo, Maelstrom Doll, welcome to the stream. It's a pleasure to have you. If you're just joining the stream, I'm Bill. I stream Amiga stuff here on Twitch almost every Sunday. And I like to play new Amiga games. I like to play classic Amiga games. And today I'm just chilling out with my buddy Ravi, who's co-host of the Retro Hour podcast, also a reporter for Amiga Addict magazine, and also, I guess, president of the Nottingham Amiga user group, which is super, super cool. It's hard for me here, Ravi. WOG's amazing, but it's basically, it all comes down to me and my friend Al Priest, who's like the newsletter editor. So it's cool, like when more people get involved, and like because back then, like if I couldn't make it to a meeting, there'd be someone else who could like run the meeting. Nowadays we're scaled back, so it's really just me.
Yeah, that's why we had the North one as well in Derbyshire, because I was doing some during lockdown. There were certain rules in the place and stuff, so we got a smaller venue. We could swap to there, and that was Phil of Pure Amiga, which is a wicked company, pureamiga.co.uk. And he refurbishes Amigas as well, so there's quite a few like little Amiga companies connected with it as well. It's quite cool.
That is pretty cool.
Pure retro as well. Yeah,
I see a purple Amiga 500++ here. Is this one of John Hertel's boards?
I think it was, yeah, actually, and that had just been built. The plus, yeah,
that's amazing.
A few meetings ago.
The purple edition, that's beautiful. That's one of the cool things about going to a user group meeting, is just like being able to see the stuff in person, and like hanging out with other people talking about their projects, or I mean, it would be so cool to see this purple John Hertel A500++ board in person. That's the thing of beauty. Captain John, sorry I didn't see you there before. Welcome to the stream, Captain John and Amiga Sons, talking about Amiga Germany earlier. We're excited for it. Ravi is going to be doing a DJ set with Hoffman at the after party. Chris Hulsbeck is going to be playing at the after party. I mean, is the after party really an after party, or is it the party? That's the question. Oram is asking you if you ever thought you'd be writing for an Amiga magazine, Ravi.
No, I'm dyslexic. I didn't think anybody would be reading my writing. I think it's great. Like, but often, with Amiga, like before the internet, you felt like an isolated user, and you felt like the kind of, the guy shouting at clouds in the street. No one really kind of connected until you went online, and then suddenly you're like, oh, there's other crazy Amiga fans. Yeah, let's all hook up. So
I see something else here. I see some Lotus 2 on the monitor, and there's nothing like. That's another thing I love about meeting in person is we have so many cool things today, like Amiga Live that lets you play online multiplayer Amiga games, but there's nothing like getting together in person, split screen, or connecting with a no modem cable, and going at it head to head. It's like the ultimate Amiga gaming experience.
But that's what we were missing, the kind of fun and competition stuff. So we're gonna have a gaming competition this time. I might do. Do you know Biplane Duel?
Oh,
You ever
Biplane
played that
Duel.
one?
That's the classic one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Biplane kind of fight off. That might be fun.
Oh, that's cool. We used to do Falcon. We used to do a lot of head-to-head Falcon, the F-16
Oh,
fighting
nice.
Falcon game. That was a good one. Maelstrom, you sold your Amiga years ago. A lot of people did that, man. A lot of people, especially like in the late '90s, a lot of people started selling off their Amigas, and now they're like, I remember I sold off my Amiga. I was like, what was that Amiga? And they're kind of getting back into it. And it's so cool that
Yeah,
we have.
they end up buying it all back
Yeah,
afterwards.
totally. And it's just cool though that even though the hardware is super expensive, the original hardware is super expensive now. It's cool that we have got options like Amiga Mini and Amiga Forever and all kinds of cool emulation. Amiga Live. It's really really cool. Captain John says, did I say something about my presence at Amiga 37? Not sure we can attend the after party because a little Amiga son may be too young. Captain John, I plan on going to Amiga 37. And I if I go, I'm definitely going to the after party for sure.
You'll be there at the day party as well, won't you? So,
Yeah, Captain John will be there.
yeah.
Demoscene TV says if you want to play Amiga in 3 clicks, go to AmigaLive.com. It is the easiest way to get up and running with Amiga. Voodoo Frog said me and my son were laughing when we played Lotus 2 the other day because I kept running out of time and then just crossing the line as his car decelerated. That is pretty funny. That is pretty funny. Andy Herbert, only Amiga makes it possible. Exactly. You just moved and you have some Amiga manuals still. Oh, that's cool, Maelstrom. Don't get rid of them. They're valuable. Beat Nuke Dave R says Southwest Amiga Group is the 19th of September for the final one. Tickets on sale the first weekend in August. Awesome, Beat Nuke Dave R.
Nice. Swag's amazing. I recommend it to everyone.
So I think he said Swag started. I think I just missed a post. Swag started with something like he started with like 9 people and now there's 90 members. I think it said someone posted something like that. That's amazing. Yeah, WOG, we never stopped meeting. We never stopped meeting here in WOG, but we were down to like 4 people. And then once the resurgence of Amiga and resurgence of Retro hit, we're probably close to like between 50 and 60 members like on the list technically.
I think we had 6 at one meeting during COVID.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
But that was still a great meeting, you know.
WOG at Bill's house. Yeah, Super Tech Boy, I think I do want to expand WOG someday and have it in a public venue. But we'll probably go old school this August and probably do it at my dad's house again. It's kind of part of the charm of it. Traz, I've heard mixed opinions about the CD32. Was it any good? What's your opinion of CD32, Ravi? I'll let you answer, then I'll give you my opinion on the CD32.
So I used to collect CD32 games.
Oh, crap. Sorry, Ravi, you're back. I don't know why I keep getting booted. At least I can recover quickly. So you just said you used to collect CD32 games.
Yeah. Back in the days, I never saw any advertising about CD32 or anything, and I was the biggest Amiga fanboy. So, yeah, that was a bit odd. But I don't know. I thought a lot of the software that was put on it was just put on it really quickly, and it was pretty slow speed with the CD-ROM as well and stuff. So, playing games like Simon the Sorcerer with the talkie version was awesome, but it would take ages to load each sentence and stuff. Yeah, it was cool when like CD was a novelty, but now you've got the Kipper 2 keyboards on the back with the compact flash in there. You've got the terrible fire cards. You've got expansion cards that you can have. Man, it's a totally different system. Literally, I got all the games installed on my compact flash and then sold my CD32 games collection because I knew I'd never get these CDs out again and kind of played them. Yeah, I didn't think there was that many good releases. One I did love though, which not many people talk about, was called the Big Six, which was CD version of Dizzy, and it had all 6 Dizzy games on one CD, and I thought that was pretty cool.
That is really, really cool. Yeah, we didn't have CD32 here in the States. We had CDTV, though. My buddy Scott, CDTV is basically an Amiga 500 in a console. and we had but never had CD32. I know my friend Mr. Cole has got an NTSC CD32, and he found it in like a dentist office in Canada. It was some kind of proprietary software that ran at a dentist office. It's pretty wild. Your CDTV sat next to you. Amiga Cami said that CD32 is a great Amiga to own if you just want to play some games on the TV. It's not something to compete with newer 32-bit consoles. Yeah. I have one. I collected one, recently. I got it from Scott at RetroBench, and I love it. I think it's a really cool system, and I've got a Terrible Fire in it, which is a game changer. Because the Terrible Fire, I don't have to load games off the CDs. I can load them off the compact flash card, and I love it. It's very cool.
And it's cool that it's got SVHS out on there as well, which I don't know if any other Amigas had SVHS out. But yeah, I remember that was a good feature back in the day.
Yeah, and I've got like this game here is really cool.
What was it? SVHS? I can't remember what it's called. S Video or something.
I dropped some cat food. Yeah, S Video, SVHS. This game is super cool. Pong 4K. I don't know if you played this one, but you can play 4 players. And the soundtrack, Ravi, you would love the soundtrack. The soundtrack is super cool. This is a great party game. I think we play this at WOG a lot. And my buddy used to bring his CD32, but now I can use mine, which is super cool. Pong,
nice.
Yeah, Pong 4K is awesome. I love this game.
And Terrible Fire is saying, he sent me a 360, which is a 060 card for the CD32, which is just nuts. It's mad. You can run like 060 stuff on there. Crazy.
That is great. That is crazy. That's crazy. So there are a few games out there that you'll need an 064, and you can play some 060 demos on it. That's crazy because you never thought you would play anything with an 060 on a CD32, right? S Video. Demo seems
that's it. S Video.
Yeah. Very, very cool. All right, do you want to do some more Amiga news there, Ravi?
Let's do
it.
Let's go for the Amiga news.
Let's go for Amiga news with Amiga Bill and Ravi. Oh, I gotta play my intro.
Amiga news with Amiga Bill.
Awesome. So Ravi, we're lucky here in Westchester Amiga User Group. My buddy Al makes a newsletter every month for us, which is super cool. And the way I get a lot of my Amiga news is from Indie Retro News. Neil's got a great blog over there. Yo, Brother Bill, what's up, Brother Bill? Great to see you. So I get, and a lot of people drop Amiga news links into my Discord channel, which is right here. Indie Retro News focuses mostly on the games. But there's a lot of other Amiga news as well. Do you want to start with something from Indie Retro, Ravi, or do you have some Amiga news you want to say besides the Nottingham Amiga User Group?
If you go for the news, I'll just comment on the stories that you've got.
All right, well, let's do this one. This one's pretty cool. I haven't even read this article yet, but it says the Conk game engine. Another Amiga game engine appears, but this one was never released. I don't know if you've ever heard of this Conk. Game engines are really interesting. I know Scorpion Engine is a big one these days, and you guys had the creator of Scorpion Engine on the Retro Hour recently. Iraq's an amazing guy.
Iraq, yeah.
And Scorpion Engine is a game changer. Like, so many new Amiga games are coming out that are using the Scorpion Engine that it's pretty amazing. And this is the Conk engine. Have you heard about this one?
I've never heard of this. I'd heard of Amos and Backbone and Blitz Basic and stuff, but Conk, I've never heard of this. Also, Shoot 'em Up Construction Kit was another one, wasn't it?
Shoot 'em Up Construction Kit was the one I had when I was a kid. But this Conk one, apparently Iraq contacted Indie Retro News and told them of an unreleased yet interesting game engine for the Commodore Amiga called Conk. The details are sparse. The only thing we know is that it surfaced on the developer's website, and Eric said he's not sure when it was actually uploaded there.
Oh, wow.
This is pretty wild. There's a number of demos to try, such as Blast, Camel, Dave, Spambo, and Vega. Also, according to Iraq via English Amiga Board, when he tried this piece of software out, he says it's pretty impressive. All the games listed are running in WinUAE and on non-AGA Amigas, and it appears to be fully coded in assembly language, which is the actual source code of the engine. That's pretty cool.
That's the key to getting a fast game there, assembly language,
Amazing. Oh, and Mixel's Lab, who is making a new game with the Scorpion engine as well, called Creeping Me Out Hex Knight. He said they released the Conk source code in case anyone wants to finish Conk. I guess Conk is unfinished.
That's mad. I think these engines are wicked because, you're just getting more and more software, and that's what it's about. Like for years, I remember stuff didn't come out for the Amiga. There was no hardware, there was no software. It was like a desolate land, and now we just got so many choices. Yeah.
Yeah, and
thanks to a lot of engines as well.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of options for folks for depending on your level of programming ability. If you want to make a game for the Amiga, you got some options. Yo, Idiocracy, thank you so much for the follow, Idiocracy, and welcome to the stream. Suck Engine was great, Super Tech Boy. You only ever used it on the Commodore 64 though. In the 90s, you had something like Reality Engine. It wasn't that great, Paulie. I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
Reality.
Yeah.
What was the 3D construction kit as well? That was like a bit of an engine as well.
Yeah. The only one I had was Shoot 'em Up Construction Kit. I never did too well with that. Lots of people enjoying Amiga. That's what it's all about. Exactly. Terrible Fire. Does this mean a future Ravi game on Scorpion Engine? Super Tech Boy saying.
I think I made a game once on do you remember Scala?
Oh, Scala. Really?
Yeah, a point and click, really bad point and click on Scala.
Yeah, Scala is really like a multimedia
out.
presentation program.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Trass is asking which high-level programming language was used on the Amiga. C. Yeah, C was used on the Amiga a lot, but I think most of the classic games were done in assembly language, right, Ravi?
Yeah. The fast classic ones were done in assembly.
I know folks these days are using C and then C as well as assembly language. I know Hoffman does C, and then he also incorporates it into assembly language.
So like Blitz Basic, I think you could put assembly speed ups in there as well within the like Blitz Basic code.
Blitz Basic sounds fun too. There's actually a competition going on now, Robbie. I don't know if you heard about it, but there's a Blitz. You know how Amiga Cami has her game competition every year, her game design competition.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah, this is amazing, and there's one now that's just for Blitz Basic, which is pretty cool.
Oh wow.
Polyox said Wormstards in Blitz Basic, you believe. Very, very cool. So here's the website with the Conk action game construction kit. I'll drop this into the chat. Boom. Conk. That's pretty cool. I wonder how far along it is, because they're saying that they're dropping the source code to it. If anyone wants to finish the Conk.
Maybe they could integrate it somehow with Scorpion or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be very, very cool.
Might be useful. Yeah.
Now here's one, Robbie. I know you guys mentioned this on the Retro Hour. It sounds like there's Monkey Island. The Secret of Monkey Island is one of the all-time classic Amiga games, and now they're coming out with a new one. They're like right from the legend himself, right? Ron Gilbert. It's called Return to Monkey Island. The long-awaited follow-up to a classic adventure game series gets new gameplay footage. Now I know the original trailer to Monkey Island, the new Monkey Island, it was sparse to say the least. There wasn't much to it. But have you seen this new trailer?
Yeah, I've seen this new one, and for a start, like Monkey Island, for a long time, I didn't think they actually had the rights to Monkey Island. I think Ron Gilbert had lost the rights to Disney, or another company had them, and like when this announcement first came out, I think everyone in the retro world was like, "Oh my god, you can actually make a new Monkey Island title." Yeah, it's interesting because he's had a lot of kind of abuse online about the pixel style and stuff like that. I think it looks good, to be honest. I think it looks fun, and it's built for the new systems and stuff. But a lot of people want to go for the old pixely look and stuff like that. And I guess when he produced the old games as well, he wasn't on the internet, and he wasn't in a time where you'd get tons of social media feedback and stuff like that. So he sent a few tweets out saying, he's frustrated with the feedback that's coming out. But I do hope this project goes well, and it looks fun. Like I remember when they changed, I think it was the Curse of Monkey Island, and they changed that to a full animated one as well. That was pretty interesting. But I'm not the hugest Monkey Island fan. I was more of a Simon the Sorcerer guy. I think Dan Wood though, he's obsessed with Monkey Island, and I know a lot of my friends absolutely loved it.
I loved it too. It's such a classic. I want to check it out. I haven't seen its new trailer. Beta Jam is converting Monkey Island 3 to Amiga. That's crazy. Yeah, let's take a look at this trailer. This looks cool.
Pirating is in my blood, like adrenaline or stale grog.
It's got the
I've been
kind
in
of
enough
remix of
scraps
the
to
music
fill a
as well,
dozen
which is
scrapbooks.
pretty cool.
I've got stories about ships, fights, love, treasure, betrayal, and root beer. But how about one that has all of the above? My name is Guybrush Threepwood, and this is a story about the time I finally found the secret of Monkey Island.
Guybrush Threepwood.
Yeah, I mean, Ravi, I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, same here. Like, and I think it's one of the games that sold the Amiga. Like, when I was younger, a load of people that's all they'd talk about, Monkey Island. It was like Monty Python and Monkey Island. You know, the kind of humor was in a similar vein, and like, yeah, it had a huge cultural impact. And yeah, I'm glad that Ron's doing it, and it's got the old original team.
Yeah, it says it's coming later this year on Nintendo Switch and PC. I mean, yeah, I understand folks who prefer like the older art style, but I mean, at the end of the day, when you're putting this much effort into something, I'm sure they want to maximize their sales. So maybe maybe an art style like this will speak more to the young folks out there who'll probably be buying this, especially if it's on the Switch.
Get a new generation into it, and they might look back at the older titles and then revisit them or kind of learn about the whole Monkey Island thing. Because one thing about Monkey Island was the similarity between Pirates of the Caribbean,
right?
Series that came out, and I think it was Disney that owned both of the licenses as well. So everyone was a bit suspected that they've kind of ripped off Monkey Island with that. Yeah, so it's good to see it come back in its own right.
Yeah, and to me, like, it definitely captured the spirit of the original. I feel like I recognize the characters, and it's kind of cool seeing them in like sort of a three-dimensional way. I don't know, like, I think if it's a good game, it's going to be a good game. It all comes down to like the story and how much
you just need Hoffman to do like or the Black Lotus to do like a shader TBL style Monkey Island demo.
There, exactly. Dave says those who have Windows and Twitch, one of the Monkey Island games given away free with Amazon Prime Gaming recently. Oh, very cool. It looks like a bit like Day of the Tentacle. It does look a bit like that. Helen doesn't. Like Terminator 10.
Grim Fandango is a good comparison as well, Mixels.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but kind of like the elongated heads remind me of Grim Fandango.
Yeah.
Grim Fandango on Amiga would be great. That would be cool. That on Scene TV for sure.
It does work on the next generation Amigas. So you have an engine called the Scum VM.
Yep.
Well, there's one called the Residual VM, which was the residual engine was Grim Fandango, and it works on Morphos. I was playing it, but the only problem is you can't get his face. You don't get the skull on the face. It's just a plain face. But it still plays and it still works. So check out the residual engine on the next generation Amiga.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I know the Scum engine. I actually, Greg of Florida made a copy of Full Throttle, one of my all-time favorite PC games.
Wow, yeah.
And it plays great on the Terrible Fire 1260 here on my 1200 with the Scum. It's really, really cool. Lencio ESP, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the stream. It's a pleasure to have you here. If you're new to my streams, someone else just followed too, and I'm not getting the update, so I apologize for that. But if you're new to my streams, welcome. I'm Amiga Bill. I stream Amiga stuff here on Twitch almost every Sunday. I play classic games, I play new games, and I do Amiga news. There's so much cool stuff happening in the Amiga community. JC1980, thank you for the follow. There's so much cool stuff happening in the Amiga community. There's actually tons of new games to play every week. My favorite thing to do is to have guests on and interview guests. And today is less of an interview; it's more of just like hanging out with my buddy Ravi, who's a pro interviewer because he's one of the co-hosts of the Retro Hour podcast. Comes out every Friday. They do all types of retro gaming news, and every week they have a legend in the retro community come on, and they do a really great interview with them. So I'm having a great time hanging out with Ravi. Also, he is a reporter for Amiga Addict magazine, an incredible new Amiga magazine that's out there. They're over a year old now, and it's a top quality magazine. Demo Scene TV, !beer will redeem some beer for you. Return to Monkey Island, got the unshaved beard back on Guybrush. Zach's one of the best. Cool. Texas Foosballer. I hope all's well with you and your Monster Woody. I miss you. Miss you, buddy. So yeah, Return to Monkey. I'm in for Return to Monkey Island. If it's got a good story. I also liked Leisure Suit Larry. I was a big Leisure Suit Larry fan. That was one of my favorite Amiga games, and I like the updates.
Did you see
too.
the recent Leisure Suit Larrys? They were kind of done in a modern style as well, and I quite enjoyed them.
I thought they were great, and again, they were great because they were funny.
Yeah, that's a key. If it's funny, it's gonna go down well.
Yeah, totally. Inanimate Carbon, thank you for the 1 bit. Appreciate that. And Ravi is also winner of the Battle of the DJs. Exactly, Dave. And he will also be performing with Hoffman at the Amiga Germany after party coming up in October. Oh, I can't wait.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what else is going on here on Indie Retro News, Ravi. This one is cool. So I just talked to these guys, John Chuck Harris and KK Altair. 2 legends in the Amiga community are working on a new game called Dread. This is a work in progress Doom clone on the Amiga 500 and Atari ST. It gets a big map remake via Chuck. And Robbie, I just talked to them, and they said there's going to be another major update to Dread early, like in the fall, like maybe like September time. I don't want to put a date on it, but when that happens, I'll have them on the show because I can't wait to talk to them about this. What do you think of Dread? What you've seen so far?
Dread is insane. Dread is like a dream come true. Like when I last had my user group meeting, I was like, have you heard of Dread? Have you heard of Dread? And I was grabbing people and taking them into the corner and showing them, because the way that thing runs is insane. The detail that they've put into it, and the fact that the levels can be created in the kind of Doom designer as well, and they've created their own level creation engine and ways of doing that. So I think it's just going to grow and grow. Like, I'd be happy with just a demo, but obviously it's going to turn into a full game, and then there's going to be like conversions and add-ons. Like, I would love to see some Amiga FPS stuff get converted into the Dread engine. Games like Trapped and other Amiga FPSs that were like, didn't run amazingly well. If they could take advantage of this somehow, that would just blow my mind. And the fact that it's also on the ST is really nice as well, because they get to benefit from the Amiga developments. And these guys are just mental. Like, I can't believe the coding behind it. Seeing it the first time, my mind was blown. And then seeing all these improvement videos, like, I love the ones where they're increasing the weapons and they're increasing like the underneath the hood and stuff like that, and just how the bullets fire, and it's just beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And the thing that really blows my mind about it is the fact that it runs on an Amiga 500. I see some folks asking if it's AGA. This will run on a 1 megabyte Amiga 500, right? That's what the oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous.
And these are the new menus as well that they've put in there, and yeah, just the speed that that's running is absolutely mind blowing.
I don't understand how they can do this on an Amiga 500. Like FPS games on an Amiga back then were like, I remember I had Alien Breed 3D. But when I think of Amiga, I don't really think of 3D games. It wasn't my thing. Gen X Species.
I think Gloom was like the closest good running one. But I think what they've done is they've probably had years and years of development and all the tricks of the demo sceners and everything, and they're using every single trick in this to get it running. But these guys would have sold 1 million Amigas if this had come out, during the Doom period.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I love how before when they were outside, you could see clouds in the sky, so it wasn't just the amount of details.
And
amazing.
It's actually playable as well. Like, it's not just a tech demo. You can play it and enjoy it, which is a real novelty. I remember some of these engines used to come out and they'd release a little demo of it, and you'd be able to walk around, or even at the end of some demos you'd have a 3D engine that you could play in. But this is just next level. Craziness.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, 1 megabyte Amiga 500, it's crazy. JC, there's got to be some serious copper trickery going on to get that display. JC, I'll be interviewing these guys when the next big update comes out in the fall. So, that's one of the things I do on these streams. I love to interview game developers and talk about their game or musicians. See, there it is. There's a hole in the ceiling you can see up to those clouds. It kind of reminds me of Rise of the Triad a little bit, one of my favorite all-time FPS games.
And also, you look at it and there's no floor texture, really. They're just using tricks on it and stuff, and there's no ceiling texture, but it's still got so much atmosphere.
You don't miss it, I think sprinkling in those clouds every now and then, and right now I'm looking, at this when you're down in the dungeon. To me, it looks beautiful. It looks amazing. And even some of those, I bet you the scanline effect they were doing to save on memory, I'm guessing, so they don't have to draw every single line. But it looks cool. Here we are outside, and look at that. Look at those clouds up there in the sky.
Yeah, I saw one of the videos. They said that actually, you go quite close onto the doors, and it's got the split lines kind of thing, like EHB kind of extra half bright styly, or that. They might be able to even do it so you go up to the door and then a more detailed version comes on or something. So there's even more tricks that they could add on top of it to improve it. Yeah, I think by the time this game reaches kind of final commercial release, it will be insane.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. I can't wait to talk to these guys and find out more about Dread. I know they have a Kickstart, they have a Patreon. And if you're a patron, you can download the latest demo. Maybe I'll do that next week. I mean, next week I can't stream. The week after, I'll play the latest demo. And you can
submit maps as well, which I think is so cool, because you're getting that user created content. And I can't wait to see some of the mad Amiga maps that come out. And be great for someone to do a high street of the 90s or something.
That
go to a shop, buy an Amiga.
That would be crazy. I designing the maps is really cool. It's something I used to love to do back then. It almost makes you feel a little bit like a game dev. I know Anthony and I have this friend who we used to get together and have LAN parties and play Duke Nukem 3D. And then he'd always want to play the maps that he designed because he would know all the secrets. Can we ban a word with 2 letters, S and T? That's hilarious, Dave. But yeah, the frame rate on this, it says I see a number in the upper left corner hovering around 2, but it seems like a lot more than 2 frames per second to me.
Oh yeah. I just look at even some of the platformers I used to play on the Amiga, and the slowdown that you get on those, even when you were jumping and stuff. And to think this is a whole 3D environment that fits on a floppy disk, it's just nuts.
Oh, the Shiro G says he thinks that's the frame time, not the frame rate. Yeah, it can't be the frame rate because that's just too smooth.
No, because that's definitely more than 2. Yeah,
way more. Yo, Prince Phase 101, thank you so much for the raid. It's great to see you here, Prince Phase. Prince Phase is an awesome streamer here on Twitch. We're talking about programming, and Prince Phase does live coding. Prince Phase is an awesome dude. Yeah, great. Thank you so much for the raid, Prince Phase. I appreciate it. Welcome, Prince Phase viewers. I'm Amiga Bill, and I stream Amiga stuff here on Twitch almost every Sunday. Unfortunately, I can't stream next Sunday. I'll be working out in San Francisco. Maybe I'll do a little IRL stream from San Francisco. We'll see. We'll see how busy I am. But today I'm hanging out and chatting with my buddy Ravi Abbott from the Retro Hour podcast, from Amiga Addict magazine, president of the Nottingham Amiga user group. They've got they have a new meeting coming up on the 16th of July. It is awesome. Yo, Jiro, great to see you, Jiro. Great to see you. Andy Mason, this is Dread, yes. So right now we're looking at the latest from Dread. John Chuck Harris just made some new maps. They've got a map editor. You can submit your own maps. And John and KK Altair will be coming on the stream in the fall. Late summer, early fall, with the next major update.
You know why I think this is so good? Because you can just tell love's been put into it, and it's not done to sell systems or to, it's being done just to beat Doom and have our own Amiga version, and that's why it's so good and why it's so well done, because it's just pure passion, and I love that.
Well said. Well said. And I feel like that's. I think about that a lot, Ravi, because there's like a lot of new Amiga games coming out. Some of my favorites are like Reshooter, Invia, and like Invia.
Metro Siege.
Yeah, which one? Metro Siege. Metro Siege.
Yeah.
Oh my god, amazing. Metro Siege is going to be something else. But like a game like Invia, you would think like a major studio is behind it, right? But Invia was like one dude. It was one dude. He did all the music. He did the music, the graphics, and the coding. So, and I think that's what's really special about this new generation of Amiga games that's coming out now. Like you said, it's people who are just like really, really passionate about the Amiga, putting the love into it.
And they know they're not going to sell thousands of units and stuff. They're doing it for the sake of doing it. It's great.
I don't know if stairs are planned for Dread Polyauxpo. I'm not sure. I wonder if they can pull that off on the 500. The Atari Falcon is the machine the 1200 should have been. You know what, JC? The Falcon is a cool machine. My buddy...
Video's really good on the Falcon.
Yeah, and it's cool that it comes with an 030 stock. That's pretty rad. But yeah, this is... Sorry, folks. It's annoying. I don't know if it's... I don't know if it's like if it's my, because I'm using Safari, or if it's because of the Jitsi. But every now and then my connection to Ravi craps out. Nice. Yo, Saberman YouTube, what's up, Saberman? I think we're watching your video right now, Saberman. It's great to see you, Cheshed. C64 Television says retro gamers tend to be more passionate than other gamers you find. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree. There are a few who are more passionate than Amiga fans. JC, you've got two Amiga 1200s, but you don't really use them. You get your kicks repairing other people's machines. Well, thank you, JC, for keeping Amiga alive. You got to recap those 1200s.
So, Bill, I'm thinking at one point, this is probably going to be networked. So, we'll be able to have Dread LAN matches in the future at events. How cool is that going to be? Like Dread Championships, DreadCon.
That would be amazing. I mean, that was one of my favorite things to do. We still do it. Now when my friends and I get together for like a LAN party, we do mostly an Unreal tournament. But it's just, but being able to have like a LAN tournament on an Amiga would be totally mental. And I bet you they'll incorporate it, because like I said, Metro Siege has got a net play feature built into it. And I don't mean doing it over like the internet. You actually, with a modern PC, like you can literally connect two Amigas together via the internet. Yeah. It's so cool.
I can imagine just going into a room with all these different builds and Frankenstein Amigas and stuff with loads of bits coming out of them, and they're all connected playing Dread and trying to get to the top. Yeah. Fantastic.
That's gonna be amazing. Yeah, and Adam McCarvin, you're right. Those the Amiga 600s need recapping too. And look out for the 500 plus. That's a killer. The 500 plus, you got to remove that battery. That battery, like that's almost for certain that the battery leaked. Is it possible to download MP3 of Amiga build disc, like master boot record? I don't have a disc Demo Scene TV, but I would love to have one. What's up, Andy Mason? Great to see you. You need an Amiga 3000 CD32. Yeah, that's well. This is so cool. Yeah, this is Saberman's video. That's so cool. I'm gonna play this next time. I'm definitely gonna play some Dread next time, Ravi. I'm gonna use. Yeah, it's so cool. Amazing. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, the Amiga Love Disc. Oh yeah, I should make one of those. Speaking of games, Son of the Kung Fu Remaster, an upcoming OCS AGA Kung Fu spin-off sounds awesome. Now I know you know Graham Cowie, Mick Geezer, Ravi. I've got a super cool build of this one too. This is Devil's Temple, Son of the Kung Fu Master. Geezer Games Devil's Temple, Son of the Kung Fu Master is an unofficial spin-off from the 1980s classic game Kung Fu. Thanks to a heads up by Per Ola Eriksson, we've just been told the game got a brand new teaser. A teaser which doesn't just show the game in action, but also the music contained within the game by Hoffman and Number 9. Oh, that is just awesome. Do you want to hear it?
I've seen you playing this on your stream, and it looks really good.
It's really, really fun. And Geezer popped into one of my streams and gave me like the latest build of it, and it was awesome. I don't think it's the latest build anymore, but it was back then. But it didn't have the Hoffman music. I want to hear it. Let's check it out. Oh wow, this is a 16-minute video, so we'll listen to some music. Geezer Games. Let's see what we got going on here.
The thing I like about this game is it's proper kind of 80s as well. It reminds me of like Cobra Kai, Karate Kid or something.
Absolutely. That logo alone has serious Cobra Kai vibes.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to hear the music. Look at this though. This is and the thing that's really interesting about this game is that it will run on both OCS and AGA. So if you've got an AGA machine, you'll have better graphics, but you can also run it on OCS machine. That's pretty crazy.
And that's pretty much a novelty as well, having music and sound effects, because a lot of Amiga games wouldn't have that back then. So the fact that you can have a whole background music selection, it's like, wow.
Andy Mason, so there's an OCS version and an AGA version. I'm not sure. We're probably looking at the AGA version, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to skip ahead and see if we got the music.
I'm loving this targeting for like OCS systems and stuff at the moment. It's really cool.
Yeah, I love it too. For example, like Metro Siege, the gameplay and the graphics are so good. Like you don't miss that it's OCS. Like it's just a great game, and it looks beautiful too. And the graphics are going to be the same when they release it on Steam. So that's
and even like demos coming out for OCS stuff as well. It's like, wow. There's something
really cool about it. I love like the new demos by the Electronic Knights that run on OCS. Oh, they're just incredible.
Because you used to go to things and people would be running something, and you'd be like, oh. What have you got inside there? What's the accelerator? But games like Dread and this, you could just run on the OCS on a bare bone system, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, Nivrig just said Devil's Temple automatically adapts to ECS and AGA. That's pretty incredible. That's some crazy technology that McGeezer came up with right there. It's cool. I don't hear the music by Hoffman in this. Oh, there we go. Oh, Funk Mix by Hoffman. Let's go.
Oh, so there's all different types. Okay, so these are the different background musics, I guess. Yeah.
Let's hear it. Oh yeah, the Subway Slide by Hoffman. I dig it.
They're also saying the final game will adapt to expansions, so extra RAM will provide a better result in the music.
Amazing. That's incredible. McGeezer is a programming genius. That's crazy.
Wow, yeah. So you get more complex tunes with an accelerator.
Hoffman's on fire, man. Like he's got his paws everywhere.
He's a machine, definitely.
This music is so good. Yeah, Ravi, folks are throwing down the beer command in chat. And there he is. There's Hoffman in the chat. Hoffman, Ravi and I were just saying that your contributions to the community are amazing. I can't wait to get the newest issue of Amiga Addict magazine. I'm so pumped. There he is.
And Hoffman's here.
Yeah.
And this comes also boxed as well. There's like you can pre-order it for £35, and it comes in like a glossy box as well, which is pretty cool.
Hoffman, we were just saying how amazing it is that this game will adapt to AGA or ECS depending on the system you have, as well as extra. Is it extra RAM or extra acceleration or both?
Yeah, extra RAM, and you'll get better music, I think.
Hoffman said more chip RAM, better music.
Comes with like a printed CD32 CD as well, and manual floppy disk with a gloss label as well. Pretty cool.
Some of the physical editions of the games these days are absolutely amazing. Like if you saw, like I have like
you've got lots of Nivrig stuff, haven't you?
Dude, yeah, check it out. I got Yeah, I mean this is right now, you know, this is Turbo Sprint by Mick Geezer as well. This is the release that he did this is his latest one. It's Turbo Sprint AGA. It's amazing. He also did Rygar. This is the thing I love about Turbo Sprint. Check this out. This is so cool. Yo, Andy Mason, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the stream. Today's stream is a lot different than my normal streams. I'm having a blast. This is super fun. I'm just hanging out with Ravi.
I'm enjoying this.
This is great. Like we're just like this completely unplanned. We're just hanging out. Thanks everyone for watching. This is Turbo Sprint. So he's got a CD for the CD32. He's got an instruction manual. It came with a real floppy, like you can see right here, which is so cool. But check this out, Ravi. This is so rad. I'm gonna go through the overhead cam full screen. This is the craziest thing. I don't know if you've seen this. Let me go to overhead cam. Let's see, where are we? I got too many profiles here. Overhead cam. There we go. Check this out. I don't know if you can see it, Ravi, but it's a little race car. You can probably see it on the stream. Yeah, it comes. But check this out. You know what's even crazy? Watch this. It's actually a USB stick.
Oh yes, that's awesome.
And it has the game on the USB stick, so you can like plug it into your PC and then copy it onto a floppy disk or like a compact flash card and put it in your Amiga.
Crazy attention to detail. That's so good.
That's so cool, right?
Yeah, I love that. Physical Amiga releases, amazing.
It is amazing. Let's see. When we go back here. Yeah, it's super rad. This little car was awesome. Yeah, so I got some Nivrig too. I just pulled this one off the shelf. You know, I'm kind of. It's a little bit of an addiction. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, Nivrig's game Dodgy Rocks, one of my favorites.
Yeah. I was in Ireland, Amiga Island, when they had Dodgy Rocks, and they were showing that for the first time, and that was pretty. It's a tough game, man. Dodgy Rocks.
It is ruthless, but it's addicting. Where's my overhead cam? Where's just regular overhead cam?
Awesome guy though.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy. It was so cool because I had him on the stream and he had his kids on with him, and it was super cool. And I love like the packaging of this Dodgy Rocks. It's like a cool size. It's very unique. And then open it up. Yeah. I'm afraid, you know, I still have it in the bubble wrap, but I love the fact that it comes with a real floppy and it's a cool color.
That's like the proper old Amiga games though. When you used to get an Amiga game in like a plastic case with a floppy, you know, it wasn't in those paper ones. It was in like a little plastic one.
Yeah, and I got another one here. So you're asking about the lights, Amiga Fish. The lights are the Solus board. It's made by Rob Cranley. He's in the chat actually, and the plan is to have them available for sale, but due to like the shortage, and all the shipping problems, I don't think it's available at the moment, but I think there's plans to make it available in the near future. This one's cool too. Another Nivrig action here, Ravi. We got Turbo Tomato.
Turbo Tomato.
Yeah. Turbo Tomato.
Tomato.
Yeah, it's so funny because here in the States we say tomato, and I know you guys say tomato, so I call it Turbo Tomato. You're learning Amiga game assembly language thanks to Prince Phase 101. Hope to release a simple shoot 'em up in the coming months. That's awesome, Andy Mason. Definitely keep me posted. I would love to play the game. The Turbo Tomato box is the greatest.
The music on Turbo Tomato is TDK, right?
Another legend.
Yeah.
And I love how it's the floppy disk is also orange, and it's like it's kind of inset in the box there. It's so cool.
Yeah. It reminds me of like those kind of like Soccer Kid and those like comical ones you used to get, Dennis and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, I love this one. It's so cool. Nivrig, top-notch work, brother. Top-notch work. I got one more cool box for you. Nivrig, drop
talk
a...
about the Feeble Files. That's quite a good one as well.
Which one?
The Feeble Files. It was like a later point-and-click one, but it had the guy off Red Dwarf. Do you know Crichton?
Ah.
What is? Yeah. So it's like a talkie point-and-click.
Yeah. The lights do react to the audio. It taps into the RF port, and it's in sync with the music. It's amazing. Right now, the music you're listening to are from a different game. This is from a video. But Ravi, this box is crazy. This is from Nvidia. It's like it's a hologram. They call it a holographic box because it kind of shimmies and it's hard to see on camera, but it's really beautiful.
It looks like a heavy metal album.
It really does. Yeah. Yo, Nivrig, drop the link to Dodgy Rocks and Turbo Tomato in the chat. Go to nivrig.itch.io and give the man some support. He's an awesome dude. Whoa! Like this one came with like a patch, a Starfighter patch. It came with like another holographic. It came with a holographic instruction manual. Came with the soundtrack on CD. It came with a poster. This is a top quality one too, the Nvidia. And again, it's all made by Michael Borman. Although Michael didn't do the physical packaging of it, but he did make the music for the game, the graphics, and the coding. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, you can just tell the modern Amiga games because they come in such quality packaging and they look really good compared to some of the old ones which were just shoved into cheap stuff or had a photocopied manual or something in there.
Totally. You love the mission patch? I know, it's really cool. No, Voodoo Frog, the Solus doesn't need the RF modulator, but if you want to sync the LEDs to the sound, you will need an RF modulator to do that. That is so cool. I love the physical copies. Ravi, here's the thing, Ravi. I have to do this thing for you guys. I gotta do my 6 favorite Amiga games of all time and why, and I'm kind of stressed about it.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is like I'm stressed because I want to pick a modern Amiga game or two, but I don't want to like hurt anyone's feelings either. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you gotta be brutal if you choose.
I gotta be brutal. You know what I mean? Like for example, 2 of my favorite modern games are like Nvidia and Dodgy Rocks right here in my hands. But I don't know if I can. These are 2 of my favorites. Like it's hard to say. Like I can't choose one. They're so different. You know what I mean? I only have 6. I got 6 slots. I'm writing this little article for Amiga Addict magazine. I got 6 slots. And it's like, or maybe it's Nightmare by Hoffman, or is it a port? I love Nightmare as well. Metal Gear. I mean, it's too much good stuff. I don't know. Reshooter. Reshooter, one of my all-time favorites. Yeah. I love it. I don't know what to do. And then I have to, still consider the classics. I might, like, do you go like Shadow of the Beast? I don't know. Do you go Lemmings? What do you do? Like the all-time? I don't know. It's a tough one, man.
It's tough, definitely. Yeah, I've been playing quite a few things recently, and this is an Amiga, but this is one that I just got, which is a pretty cool rare game, which is Deus Ex Machinima. It's for the Spectrum. It's by Mel Croucher, and it's got the music on it is by Ian Jury and John Pertwee as well, and Frankie Howard. It's pretty awesome.
Wow.
So you get the poster, and then you get your Spectrum game on one side, and on the other one you have a soundtrack that you put in, and you can play it. So this is one for my collection at the moment. Yeah,
I love the artwork too. It's very like H.R. Geiger.
Yeah,
it's like Neuromancer,
definitely.
right? Or Metropolis.
Yeah. So I've been looking at that, but I haven't been looking at that many classic Amiga stuff. But I have got a lot of reading, which I'll just show you.
Yesapee says, use the Universe Splitter app to decide. So that's the universe in which you pick each game, right? Yo, Zombie7 Peaks, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that, and welcome to the stream.
So those are all Amiga mags. And I've got like CU Amiga, and then it's going through to Amiga format, and it's like, yeah, quite a lot of magazines.
That's awesome. I see your Amiga Addict binder up there as well.
Yeah, so that's what I kind of use for a bit of research and stuff.
I see people talking about the ZX Spectrum. That's cool. You know, I mean, and Ravi, you know, it's funny. Like we were talking about how you know, Amiga Addict is an awesome magazine, and you know, but like, hey, we're Amiga fans. Like, even though we love like Amiga Addict and you work for them, there's other cool Amiga magazines too, which are awesome. Like you said, when Amiga,
I've got Amiga Future. I used to read a hell of a lot of Amiga Future. I think I've got a big chunk of Amiga Future up there, and Amiga Active. Yeah, lots of the odd ones as well. A few retro gamers and stuff.
Yeah, totally. I'm a big Amiga Future fan as well, and I got this one too. This is cool. The Zap Amiga is really cool.
Yeah, Zap Amiga's good. I need to check that one out.
Yeah, it's really cool, and
yeah, Fusion Retro.
They have the latest issue of the Zap Amiga has got the Amiga Game Jam report. It's pretty so like
nice.
They talk about the stream I did with RJ and Cammy and Hitch and Glenn, and they interview Amiga Cammy in it, which is super rad. And yeah, and look, there's an advertisement for Bitmap Soft with Cybersphere, Turbo Tomato, Slayers of High Toro, Smarty and Nasty Gloves.
Yeah, it's great that I think I'm not sure how many Amiga magazines are out there, but there's like Passionate Amiga, Amiga Future, Amiga Addict, Zap Amiga. There's so many K&A as well.
K&A, right? K&A, the Polish one, totally.
Yeah, so there's like 5 running at the moment. It's mad.
It is pretty crazy. Oh, okay. And check this out. But we had these guys on the stream. I don't know if you saw it, Ravi. I'm really looking forward to this one. The creators of let's see. So Boss Machine. I know Invent71 is working on it. He's doing the graphics. Legends Never Die, right? Boss Machine is looking pretty crazy. Look at this. Look at the graphics on this. I'm sorry. I for a second I thought it was Reshoot Proxima 3. This is Boss Machine.
Wow.
Kevin Saunders, Invent71, doing the graphics on it. It looks so good.
That looks insane.
How
fast it is.
The speed
with
is
the
amazing.
parallax as well, yeah. And it's got that kind of Shadow of the Beastie background going on.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's. Oh, I'm trying to click over there. It's hilarious. Yeah, no, that looks amazing. Thanks for dropping that link into the chat. Mr. Wolf Rodriguez says, I read Neuromancer and love the book. Funny thing is this, in the book, the University of Copenhagen is mentioned as a pirate heaven. As a fun story, about 20 years ago, there was a piracy bust on a university in Copenhagen about a server filled with tons of pirate software. So fiction was right before reality. That's amazing. Shadow of the Beastie, CROG, it's a new word. Beastie is a new verb. Ravi and I just made it up. You heard it here today.
Yeah, Beastie.
Beastie.
Shadow of the Beastie.
This game's very Shadow of the Beastie. Oh man. Let's see what else is going on in the community, Ravi. This one is cool. I just picked up the latest build of this one, Flying Shark. It's another port sort of. They're trying to make Flying Shark a better version of Flying Shark for the Amiga. There's a new test build of it. Now Flying Shark's not one that I ever really played in the arcades much, but this one looks really cool. I bet you it's a Saberman video. It is.
Yeah, it's Firebird software, I guess. So it must have been out for years, and Taito, but I guess the port wasn't amazingly good.
Yeah, apparently the Amiga version wasn't very good. Yo, Amiga's retro gaming, what is up? I hope. Yo, the Boat Fest looked awesome, guys. I'm so sad I couldn't make it to the Boat Fest, but Boat may be coming to a WOG meeting. We'll see, Ravi, if the timing works out. He may come to the WOG meeting in August.
I need to get to Boat Fest. I just next time I'm in America. It did look wicked. Yeah, well done, guys. So.
Yeah, well done, Boat. It looked very, very cool. Oh, it looks like Firebird. Screamo says. Yeah, I would like to. I'd like to give this one a try.
Yeah, this looks awesome. What did you think of the games? There was 1942 and Banshee as well. Like I always thought Banshee was a really underrated Amiga title.
I think.
Did you ever play that, Bill?
Yeah, I love Banshee. It's one of my favorites, and I feel like Banshee. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Banshee is one of the best, if not the best, AGA Amiga game. I think. I think it's one of the best.
The storyline's awful, but the game itself is amazing. I think the storyline was like the inventor of the microwave oven gets kidnapped.
Yeah, it's something to do with the microwave oven. Although I did like the steampunk art style of the backstory. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The storyline's very tongue in cheek. No music in Banshee. That's a good point, Awkward Aardvark. But the gameplay is awesome, and I think the use of the AGA chipset is really, really good.
This looks cutesy, like Twin Bee or something, or that kind of a bit more style than Banshee, which was a bit more like steampunky, wasn't it?
Yeah, totally. Oh, Nagram says Banshee's brilliant. In terms of AGA's favorite is Slam Tilt. Slam Tilt's a great choice too. I love Slam Tilt. That's a great one. So if you were writing the article of the sixes, Ravi, what are some of your favorite Amiga games?
Oh, some of my favorite Amiga games. Colonization would definitely be in there. Music by Alistair Brimble. Really kind of potential to be a really boring game, but the way it randomly creates worlds and you explore it, that's a great one. Walker as well. I loved Walker. I know not many people are fans of Walker. They like the style but not the gameplay because it's really tough. But I like the whole time traveling aspect and stuff in there. Let's try and think. Dark Seed.
Oh yeah.
As well with the HR Geiger stuff. The most annoying thing about that was I think they had the talkie version on the CD32, but you could only use the pad. You couldn't use a mouse on there. That was well frustrating. Like I wanted the mouse on the talkie version. Base jumpers as well, which is a good one where you race to the top and jump off.
Cool.
Like base jumping off a building and you've got a race. And then probably Deluxe Pac-Man as well, which was just such a good version of Pac-Man.
Yeah, Deluxe Pac-Man, Deluxe Galaga, they were kind of like his idea of his implementation of those games. It was very cool.
Well, Worms, and there's so many that you guys are mentioning.
There's so many good ones. It's so hard.
That's the problem. Yeah.
What's up, Thomas Joseph? You got every game for the Amiga? Nice, dude. Nice. I used to love Walker as well. Walker is one of my favorites. Anthony and I used to play it together. We used to almost do it as like a two-player game. So like one person would be on the keyboard moving the Walker back and forth with the keypad, and the other person would be on the mouse shooting. It was so much fun. Sensible to soccer is the best.
UFO Enemy Unknown as well. I'm just trying to think of the ones that I spent the most time on when I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think Worms DC for me was... we used to get samples of South Park on there. So like you'd have the South Park guys when you're killing each other, and you'd get like custom maps on cover discs and CDs and stuff. And it was so customizable. It was well good fun.
There's so many good ones. Kickoff 2, Beat Nuke. Oh yeah, JC. I used to love Syndicate as well. An AGA version using PC.
Well, I haven't even mentioned Syndicate.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so weird though. Like I'm thinking like for my list, like do you go with Amiga originals? Do you go with like Another World, Alice World because it's an Amiga original? Or do you go with something that's on multiple platforms? Because two of my favorite Amiga games are Marvel Madness and Arkanoid, which obviously aren't Amiga games. They're arcade games, but the conversion was so good, the port to the Amiga was so good that I spent so much time playing those.
Yeah,
and
Marvel Madness is beautiful.
Oh, it's amazing. Inanimate Carbon says, "What about Super Frog?" Yes, Super Frog's a blast, man.
And Frontier as well. If I ever understood Frontier, I would have played it. I think I got a pirate version with no manual or anything. That was just like I couldn't even take off in Frontier.
For the article I'm writing for Amiga Addict, I mean, you may see. I don't want to spoil any surprises, but here in the USA there was a company called Cinemaware, and you may see 1 or 2 Cinemaware games in my list, because if I think about like amount of hours played on Amiga games, like there are some games that I think are great games, but I didn't play them as much as others. Like maybe technically it's a better game, but for some reason I would play the game that's maybe technically a little bit less better game, but something about it just kept bringing me back. But Cinemaware was huge, man, and Cinemaware, so many great Cinemaware games I used to play back then.
Even the original SimCity I used to love on the Amiga. I used to play that to death as well. Just SimCity, yeah, that was good.
Oh, for sure. Beat Nuke Dave R, TV Sports Football, you spend a lifetime on that? Me too, Dave, me too. Spoiler alert, it may be on the list. It's so funny because It Came from the Desert, such a good one too. Roots demos.
Yeah.
Lionheart is a great one too, Mixel's Lab. TV Sports Basketball was awesome and underrated, Amigos Retro Gaming says.
Speedball as well. I'm even forgetting Speedball and
Speedball 2. I'm one of the few people that actually likes the original Speedball a lot. Well, maybe I'm not, but everyone always immediately thinks of Speedball 2. And Speedball 2 is awesome, but I love the original Speedball. I think I actually played more Speedball than Speedball 2. Three Stooges is an awesome one, Texas Foosball. I love it. Yo, Playavelli, my man. What's going on, Playavelli? Great to see you. Boat, there's Boat. Boat, we were just talking about the Boat Fest, how badly we want to go to Boat Fest. Paul, you prefer the original Speedball? I mean, I can totally see that. Boat, of course, says hi to Ravi. What else?
Hey, Boat.
What else we got on the Amiga news section here, Ravi? I think that basically covers everything.
Are we newsed out, Bill?
I think there's one more I missed. Gold Rush. This one I missed. Gold Rush, the latest batch of the special edition of Gold Rush for the Amiga. There's 20 units left.
That rings a bell, Gold Rush. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Gold Rush. Isn't it? Let's see. This month has been amazing. Oh, we gotta do this again. Allow. We'll get Ravi back. Join the meeting. And Ravi's back. It says, this month has been amazing for the Amiga. We've announced new game updates such as Flying Shark 2022, Dread, Duckstroma, and even the 3-disc large game of Riamel Black Prophecy. Another new announcement for the Amiga community, and one you don't want to miss out. Sunlight Games have told us the last batch of the special edition of Gold Rush for the Amiga is available via its retro label Retrotainment, with only 20 units left. Once they're gone, that's it. Now, I'm confused. Is this a new game or an old game?
I think this looks like it's an old game because on the back it says PC Remake Gold Rush Anniversary. So I think maybe it was a PC title. I don't know if it was out because it says on the original copyright 1988 to 2019. So
you're always here with Bill. That's great to see. Voodoo Frog, yep. Oh, got you. Yeah. Well, I'll take a look at the video. Let's see. So Gold Rush takes you back to the year 1849 when gold was discovered in California. It was certainly one of the most exciting times in American history. Gold Rush includes the 3 routes tens of thousands took to the gold regions. Become Gerard Wilson and experience each trek as you travel from New York to California. The game features unique art design, causing you to travel back to the middle of the 19th century, 3 different Western routes, 3 adventures in one game, and finally, a parser interface with a special edition including great accessories such as those listed below. The box includes the Amiga game Gold Rush on 2 floppy disks with color labels, a printed manual, CD on a book, California Gold. It's got drawings, ADF game files. It's got a DVD. It's got a PC Remake Gold Rush Anniversary Edition. Yeah, so it must be an original Amiga game from back in the day. A printed certificate.
Yeah, and I love that they've got this California Gold book for copy protection. So it's probably like, you used to get these like copy wheels, or you'd get like a book where you'd have to look up the code in the pages and stuff. That's really nostalgic.
Yeah, I'll never forget those code wheels. There were some like pretty involved copy protection schemes.
Yeah. I remember the questions on Leisure Suit Larry. That was always a tough one.
Yeah, because like they were definitely designed for people like 40 years old and over. What's up, Fatal Blade? I'm doing great. if you're just joining the stream, folks, welcome. I'm Bill, and I stream Amiga stuff here on Twitch almost every Sunday, and today's just a super casual stream, hanging out with my buddy Ravi from the Retro Hour podcast. Also, a contributor to Amiga Addict magazine and president of the Robin Hood Amiga user group. They got this looks cool, Ravi. I'm into it. It's got kind of like the classic Sierra artwork.
Yeah, it does look good. Yeah, I kind of like this style, and like I love all those old kind of themes, colonization and like gold rushes and kind of founding of America stuff. Like, yeah.
I was recently doing a job out in Reno, Nevada, and we went out to the Donner Pass, which is a pretty dark time in American history, but it was a beautiful area up there in the Sierra Nevada mountains. It's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys don't like the bleep and the bloops? Yeah, this is definitely not pushing Paul to the max. But I like the artwork style. It's cool.
Yeah, it looks interesting. Nice that it's a release. If any of you folks have any other news as well, just drop it in the chat.
My buddy Al's working on the latest Westchester Amiga User Group newsletter, and I just sent him artwork. I sent him some screenshots from the last WOG meeting, so he always comes up with some like really cool Amiga news that I never find. So I'm excited about that.
That's it. Yeah. You see, I usually do Amiga news, but it's with the magazine. I always find out my stuff from there. Like with the podcast, it's usually general retro stuff.
Yeah. You definitely got some more a bigger pool to pull from. But you guys always find like really cool. You guys always choose like really good stories to talk about because there's so much going on. You can't talk about everything. So you guys always
or research everything, which is always a bit of an effort.
Yeah, exactly. Jolf says he just bought the Cinemaware Anthology 1986 to 1991 for 2.39 pounds on Steam. Wow, that's awesome, Jolf. That is very, very cool. Boat of Cars asking, do I have a date set for WOG in August? Brother Bill, when's the next WOG meeting? Brother Bill, it should be this week. It's scheduled, normally it would be this week. I'm not sure I can pull it off this week though. I may be able to. I have to see what my work schedule is like. There's a chance it could be this week. Let me let's see, boom. Let me check my calendar really quick here. Boat, I'll tell you what date I'm looking at. For the WOG meeting, if I go to Google Calendar, let's see, boom, Google Calendar. Holy cow, it's 5. Ravi, I told my wife I'd stream until 5 o'clock. It's already 5:07. That's mental. I thought it was like 3:30.
Time flies, hey?
Time flies. It's kind of a good time. So let's see. I'm looking at my calendar right here. Boat. It could be. I'm looking at August 6th or August 13th. It'll either be the 6th or the 13th. Right now, I would prefer the 6th boat. I prefer the 6th because I have to leave for Maine on the 14th. So right now, I'm targeting August 6th. August 6th is the target. Let's do one more piece of Amiga news. Locust just dropped it into the chat. Let's check it out. Maja just announced a new run of Vampire V2s for the Amiga 1200. Oh, that link doesn't work for me. Interesting. Time's flying at so much, I must be running in 060. Yeah, right, Jowolf. Because Ravi, this is a holiday weekend. This is 4th of July weekend here in the States, so my wife and I actually have a barbecue to get to. That's why I told her I'd stream.
Happy Independence Day.
Yeah. Oh man, so much freedom, feeling it today. Oh man, I don't see that one. Yeah, I don't know. September 19th is swag. Tickets go on sale. Nice, Dave. Nice. Yeah, I don't know, Ravi. I guess I'll wrap it up then. I didn't really. I was gonna play a game with you, but yes, I do have to wrap it up because I do have to get to a barbecue with my wife, and it's a holiday weekend. So, unfortunately, I won't be streaming next weekend, Ravi, because I'll be in San Francisco on a job. But maybe I'll do a quick IRL stream. I'll be working on Sunday, so it'll be hard for me to sneak one in. But
we could do something in the future, Bill. I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna see if any of my friends are streaming. But Ravi, anything else you want to add before we wrap it up?
Not really. That was just awesome.
It's fun.
Yeah, it'll be good. And eventually you'll see us all in Bill's video for VCF and stuff once you get round to it. Yeah,
I
that should
actually
be
feel
fun.
like I can breathe again, Ravi. You know, I got fortunately the work's been awesome since VCF. Like it's been nonstop. But hopefully this summer, I think I might have like a week or two off, and I'll definitely finish the video then.
Awesome. Should be fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Wolverine DK. It's a pleasure. Ravi, there's one more thing we should mention though. Like the Retro Hour's got an awesome Patreon, right? And you guys,
yeah.
if you like this casual atmosphere, kind of like Ravi and I are doing, if you're a patron of Retro Hour, I'm not sure which tier, but you get to do the hangouts with you guys.
Yeah, so we basically have hangouts, which Google Meet chats, which are like huge chats because you can get so many people on Google Meets, and it's a really nice little community now. We also have a podcast called the Retro Hour After Hours, which now is on like episode, I think we're hitting the 20s now, and they're usually longer than an hour. So you know they're about 2 hours, and that comes out every month as well. So check us out on Patreon as well, and you'll help support the podcast.
Cheers. And here's a link to the Retro Hour. Brother Bill just dropped it into the chat, and there's a link to your Patreon there as well. I'm on the retrohour.com website. There should be a link to your Patreon on here. Look at all these incredible episodes. That's just amazing. I see Jan Beta there. I see Duke Nukem there. Support. So if you click on support, there's a community.
Yeah, we've had the Guru meditation on there. Yeah, there's a link to the Patreon. I've just dropped it in the chat.
Thanks. Yeah, and here it is too. So Silver is you get your own custom RSS feed, ad-free episodes. Very, very cool. £8 per month. You get a bonus podcast, Retro Hours After Hours. Very, very cool.
So the smallest tier is about 70 or 60p for an episode, and that just means that you get it ad-free, and you also get like 2 extra stories as well added onto the news. So yeah, it's about the price of a cup of tea.
Yeah, it's a mere pittance compared to the amount of hours and great content you guys put out there. It's awesome. Jowl, if you love the stream, thank you. You love Jan Beta Voodoo Frog? Yeah, he's great. Thanks for dropping that link to the Patreon, Brother Bill and Ravi. That's awesome. Paul Kitching 3D, I saw you and your dog. I didn't know you were here. I think there was a picture of you and your dog up at the Nottingham user group meeting on the stream before. Frozen Well, you enjoyed it? Yeah, but this has been like the chillest stream I think I've ever done. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. That was super fun, Ravi. I had a blast.
Yeah. Awesome. Anytime.
Sweet. Well, yeah, I guess, folks, definitely go give Ravi a follow. Head over to theretrohour.com. Also, ! AA, Amiga Addict in the chat. Go subscribe to Amiga Addict magazine. There you go. The latest issue has just been dropped. The Need for Speed, all about Amiga accelerators. And boy, there's a lot of them. Thank you, Explorer. I'm glad you liked it. Air, you rock, brother. Thanks, Voxel Trots. What's up, Dave? Great to see you. Checking in from Club Amiga VIP Lounge. You liked it, Explorer? Thank you. Air Yuri says Ravi rules. Ravi rules 2000, baby. Awesome. And also the Nottingham, the Robin Hood Amiga user group has a meeting coming up on July 16th. You want to drop that link into the chat one more time, Ravi?
Yeah, that's rhamiga.com.
Let's see, rhamiga.com. I've got it up here too. Robin Hood Amiga user group. New meeting coming up on July 16th. Boom. There it is right there. Robin Hood Amiga user group.
I think my cat wants some attention.
All right. It's a good place to wrap it up. Thanks, Ravi. Yo, thanks so much for coming on. Keep up all the great work. Oh my God. What a beautiful cat. Amazing. Oh, she's beautiful. All right, Rob. Hey, but it was great hanging out with you as always. It was a pleasure. All right. Have a good one, Rob. We'll be in touch.
See you later.
Thanks for your time, Robbie. That was a lot of fun. All right, folks. Robbie from the Retro Hour. I hope y'all liked that chill stream. That was fun. That was a fun one for me. I just chilled out. All right, folks. I got a call to stream. I'm gonna go to a rad barbecue with my wife. Visit the parents too. It's gonna be awesome. So let's see if any of my friends are streaming, and we'll do a little raid action here. Thanks everyone for watching today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Let's see. Following. Boom. Let's see if any of my friends are streaming. live channels. I think it's a pretty chill weekend, you know. A lot of folks here in the U.S. are at barbecues and are kind of drunk. It's awesome. You know what we should do? We got I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Oh, thanks, Texas Foosballer. Thanks, everyone. I really appreciate y'all very much. You're welcome. Anyone want? So I got some ideas. I don't know. I can't really choose. I'm too tired to choose. We got Amiga Live. Amiga Live is on. You know, Amiga Live is an Amiga Bill VIP. Definitely go to AmigaLive.com. It's the easiest way to play Amiga games. We could raid Amiga Live. We could raid Charlie Farr. He's doing Mr. Sunday. Oh, he's doing some Atari 50 stuff on his Mr. Sunday. We got who else is? Oh, Ache 2. Is that the hot tub there, Yuri? We got Ache 2 streaming. Oh, we got Pints and Amiga doing a studio teardown. Maybe we'll give Pints a little boost. What do you think? We got Kazrian doing Mortal Amiga Combat. Yeah, Paul Kitching 3D. They'll be a recording of it too. Amigos Retro Gaming, I don't think is streaming right now. I would totally raid them. You love a pint? Dave says pints. Texas Foosballer said pints. Pints and Amiga Smash. Alright, well, we'll give Pints a raid, folks. We'll give Pints and Amiga a raid. Alright, folks. Oh, they're doing a teardown of their studio, not really streaming. Got it. Then who else? Do you want to rate Amiga Live then? Supercars 2? Pints rules? I don't know. I don't know who to raid. I don't know, man. Dude, you want to... Alright, I'll tell you what. Amiga Live, are you here? Stuart Johnson says pints. Pints. Give them a little boost. Pints rules. Alright, you know, I'll stick to the plan. We'll raid pints. I'll stick to the plan. We'll raid pints, folks. Maybe we'll raid Amiga Live next week. I love Amiga Live. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for watching. Have a very happy 4th of July for folks here in the USA. Unfortunately, folks, I probably won't be streaming. I won't be streaming next Sunday. The only thing I may do next Sunday is a quick IRL stream. I'll be shooting in San Francisco. I'll be shooting some scenic shots next Sunday, so I might be able to sneak on for a brief moment. But there will be really like no stream next weekend because I'll be in San Francisco on work. But I'll be streaming the weekend after, so I'll definitely see you all in 2 weeks. If you want to keep in touch with me when I'm not streaming. !social in the chat is my link tree. You can also follow me on Discord. Join my Discord server. We chat there. And folks, it is time to take it to the hot tub. Thank you all so much for watching today. Huge thanks to Ravi Abbott for coming on the stream. I had an absolute blast. That was like such a chill and fun stream. Thank you all for hanging today. I really, really appreciate you all. Thanks, Raster Interrupt. Appreciate it. Thanks, K1200 Lauren, Explorer, Stuart, Air Yuri, Paul Kitching 3D, y'all rock. Play Avelli, my main man. Love you all so much, Amigos Retro Gaming. Thank you so much. All right, we're taking it to the hot tub, folks. I'll see you all in a maximum of 2 weeks, if not earlier. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great week. Amiga forever. Thank you for watching. Hot tub time.